I'll say it on the air.
Yeah.
So we were welcome to the Revival Motor Podcast. We had this kid that worked for us who was like not a man that could handle his own affairs. To say the nicest part.
Yeah.
And he was a fine person, but like definitely like if he was in trouble, it was someone else's problem. And is that me talking to me? And so nonetheless, somehow he got in the bathroom at work. And he got stuck in the bathroom, and the door was... I don't know what happened, Corey. The door handle fell off.
The spring inside broke. So like the doorknob wouldn't
So the doorknob wouldn't work, and he was... how did you find out he was in there?
He called the company phone number.
He called the company phone number from his cell phone to ask someone to help him escape from the bathroom. That's the kind of man we're talking about, all right? So he's not fabricating oil pans. Tell you that much right now. He's fabricating himself into a bathroom. And like he calls and they say, gets in touch with Corey, and I have this video. It was like pointing like straight down the fucking hall, and it's Corey literally walks up to this bathroom door, stands like car stance, hands behind his back, and like yells something, and then just kicks the door open and walks away. I think that kid quit like 2 weeks later.
It was shortly after. Yeah, shortly after.
And I have a video. of Corey just standing there, fucking wrecking this door open.
What was actually... Was the door just jammed? A little jammed up?
The spring was broken, so it wouldn't...
Okay.
The knob was doing nothing.
Right. Okay.
So Corey handled it.
As one does.
As one does for his fellow co-worker, and save this poor man's life. Anyway, sup everybody in the chat room. Night Styles disbanded? That's amazing. That's crazy news.
Is that because...
Best friend Ben bought a 240.
Oh, wow.
So they're all out? The Miata gang's done?
Whole house of cards crumbling down.
Listen, if you need a very small-looking Miata, I might be your guy.
A small? They're all small.
No, my Beat's smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Soon to be much hotter than anything in Night Style. Look at that, Kyle. It's your nephew, Jordan. I just want to say how much I miss that beautiful beard and good set of hair you have.
Wow, what a guy.
Got really personal for a second.
I did want to mention you do have a good set of hair.
Thank you.
And a beautiful set of teeth.
How old is your nephew?
I left my hair at home today. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, okay.
It's your nephew, Jordan.
Never heard of
It's
him.
my nephew, Jordan.
I think my dad at first in the chat.
What's going on?
Ian, your car's not broken.
No, Mike, his
no
car's
way.
not broken. No,
No way.
No, it'll be back to you soon. We'll have to figure out a date that works for that.
Oh, your dad's car.
My dad's car.
Yeah.
Yeah. The front brakes.
Jordan, you bringing in scabs to run Night Style with you?
Right. He's the replacements.
Got to run that picking line?
I know. Best friend Ben made his big announcement today.
Was it a big announcement? It came out that
Big
he's not a Miata guy anymore?
Miata?
Yeah, it really was. It was a whole thing.
Igor loves my hat. Thank you.
There you go. What a wonderful hat.
Yep.
I could get you one.
I know where to make them.
Yeah, you want a gray beanie? I got you, buddy. S13's are banned. That's a sin. Kyle has amazing pecs. We all know that. Ian out there just,
guy.
banging the line there.
What a guy.
Really out there fluffing everybody up for you.
Jordan, are you doing some sort of seance? Something to like try to bring, that bad karma?
So best friend Ben's out. Who else is in Night Style? Was in Night Style.
Dustin do be bussin'.
Oh, Dustin. he's not an S14 guy, is he?
No, he's got his little Miata.
Thank God. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Best friend Ben's gonna be worst enemy Ben now.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a team of one soon. It's gonna be Jordan.
It's Jordan. He can't even type correctly. He's in that much pain.
He's,
wow.
He's got to be beside himself.
Yep.
Dustin's a true American at heart. I'd say it's a different world out there when Night Style disbands.
I thought I felt something like in the air. It was just different.
Yeah. Oh, the
In the air?
streets of
streets-
Fall River are safe now.
The streets are different.
Take the weight out.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, make sure you can see everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It bears it all.
beautiful jewelry we got on the table here.
Just listen to the noise, the chimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good noises.
it's great noises.
Night Style's always going to live on in my memory. I hope you make some like commemorative shirts.
Like Mimi's favorite drift team.
Yeah.
Never forget.
You should make like a dead homie shirt for
Best friend Ben.
best friend Ben.
Yeah.
Just of his car, you know. I think I just committed credit fraud to ship a new bumper. That's fucking amazing, dude.
Oh man.
Dude, Night Style, you'll find more drivers, buddy.
Yeah.
There's gonna be plenty of drivers out there. There's like you pop down to the minor leagues to C group to do some recruiting. I'll be
Right.
out there with the clipboard with you.
Put out the bat signal, the Miata signal.
Yeah, we could dress up at anonymously and sit up in the bleachers and take notes on how they're drifting.
Right. Pass it along.
Like college, what are the college guys do? Recruiters?
Yeah, scouts. Yeah.
Yeah, scouts. We're going out at some high school drift events. Trying to pick up new hot guys to get into Night Style.
Where is there where is there just like a murder of Miatas together? Like a murder of geese, like a murder of Miata. Where do they go? Where do they hang out?
Hair salons? I'd assume.
Oh my God.
I'm grooming some C Miata guys. Get out there. Dude, listen, if you needed a guy to have a clipboard, I'm your guy, you know?
Yeah.
And a stopwatch. What are those guys? Those guys are up there recruiting for Night Style.
I just want Ian to bang Jordan's mom.
Jesus, dude.
That's fucking cruel.
He's
dude.
already having a bad day. Come on.
I think it'll make his day better.
Who's Ian's?
Both of them, dude. Big Ian is a stepdaddy. What's better than that?
That's true, dude.
Hell of a guy. Top
Dude,
guy.
It's true.
Hell of a guy.
Powerful car, powerful body.
This is a powerful man, dude. Strong mind.
His fist is like the size of this Powerade
Dude, I
bottle.
seen him punch
I don't
somebody.
disrespect him like that. It's way bigger than
his
that.
fist is the size of that fucking oil pan. He's got a mailbox for a fist. Ian is Revival Motoring Security. We got to
He
get him a
is.
shirt someday. Unbelievable.
Oh my
Where is
God.
Tim? Is Tim okay?
Yeah, he's right there.
Is he in there? Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I was going to say we have to put out a
APB.
wellness check.
All points bulletin.
Check your bottom.
Ian. He's got a big head.
Ian's got the best head.
Let's talk about his hands.
He did
Biggest
say
hands
that,
I've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen in person. Chuck
Yeah.
Liddell.
Really?
Chuck Liddell. Like two of my fist, he just put them together. That's
It's
his
like
fist.
it's the toy machine fist.
Yeah,
10
just
knuckles
one.
deep.
Wild.
Jesus, it's really. Let's get an Eiffel Tower
My
going.
God, dude. Jordan's having a bad enough day.
Yeah,
Life-size Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that'd be insane.
His friends are deserting him.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough in Night Style country. You got to start grooming those C group kids faster. Really get them on board.
Hard times in the Miata world.
Yeah, it's tough out there. You think there's like a huge wave of Miata guys in drifting. Like you go to Lock City, it's like 90% Miatas. Like there's got to be someone out there.
Yeah.
You
I
gonna
mean,
jump 'em
or
in?
it's just, it's 2024, or is Night Style going to diversify?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Planning on taking Jordan's mom on a date and then showing up at Lock City. It's so bad.
I was thinking of a sticker today, but I don't know if it's too like childish.
Let's hear it.
Dude, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think
Literally,
it's such thing. I don't know if you've met our listener
Just
base.
a bumper sticker that says "My other ride's your mom."
Yeah,
What's
that's
better
a
than
classic
that?
sticker.
How many you want? 1,000?
But like super like I don't know, shitty font, like the shittiest font.
The only bumper sticker I regret never making, and I really want to make, I want to make a quarter-size bumper sticker for K trucks that say, "You know what they say about guys with big trucks."
That'd be pretty
Just like
good.
little on the K.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening in the
I think
chat room.
Ian and Tim are going for a date with Jordan's mom to a Lock City event.
Are they going to drive a Miata? Both of them in it.
Oh God.
They're going to drive something else. Both of them in it.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Christ with an O.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're not listening to the pre-show,
You're missing out
you're really missing out.
on this.
Not that anyone that doesn't listen to the pre-show is going to hear this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. We probably saw a lot of those stickers.
Yeah.
The old "My Other's Ride" is Jordan's mom. I'm going to be the caboose on that train. That's what I mean. Strong in the mind.
Really bringing it up the
Ghost
back.
Images. What's going on?
All right, let's see what we got here. I got that. I got this.
You'd support it.
So dumb. I buy one.
Jordan, you ready to move those wheels yet or what?
He's only got 3.
He made a comment about you in the questions. I'll just
We'll hold on then.
I'll just leave it at that.
Well, hold on then.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite funny. It just it wasn't bad. It just
Sup, Kenda?
it reminds me of like our conversation a week or two ago of you know, when Jordan posts stuff for sale,
Yeah.
just you come in hot.
I come in with cash.
Yeah,
All
cash
these
in,
other
ready
broke
to-
boys,
ready to buy,
I come with cash, ready to buy.
which is a lot to be said, you know,
Yeah.
in these days.
This day and age, come on.
You got
Yeah.
people pitching, you know, prices to people, and then they're like, yeah, I got to see if I can get the cash together.
You're no tire kicker.
I'm ready.
You have the cash. You're ready to go.
In hand.
Just accept offer and move on.
Yeah.
That's all.
Let's both have a better life.
Yeah, just try to make a transaction here. Let me hit that as a backup. Hit that as record. I think we're ready, right?
I think so.
I'm born ready.
Let
Listen to
me.
the pre-show.
Do you want to do the timing?
Oh, yeah.
So what are we doing?
We have to time the music here with the video because we have a video intro.
All right.
On
Do we?
Yeah, on the live.
the video intro?
We have a video intro?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Are you going to hit it on that and it's going to come up?
Yep. It plays in. So this way, when we got to do it this way, so I record the actual song on the audio as well as put that onto the live. So
We had someone who showed up, weekly. They could just do it.
right, typically there's the person who sits.
I thought there's only been 3 of us for the past 2-3 years.
All right,
3, 2.
Listen to the pre-show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
That was crazy.
That was quality.
When did we start doing that?
About a month.
We have a video intro if you watch online, by the way. Sorry,
yeah,
not the,
yeah, yeah.
the
No.
whole
I
podcast,
made
but-
it. I don't even know when I made it.
Yeah,
I
next
can-
time tell her, brother.
You were away. Where were you?
I was in Utah for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might have been that trip. Yeah, it would have been that
I put it on this computer Wednesday, December 13th.
Tough day for me.
month.
Yep.
Tough day for me.
Tough month, right? It
That
was.
might have been the question submitted for how do I get locked up for the month of December.
Right.
Very nice.
Felony, no felony. You know, probate court.
Yeah, we talked about armed robbery. I think is
Armed
Yes,
robbery.
armed robbery.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to go.
You'll
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah, there we go. ain't having mud.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
It's a me.
and Corey.si.
Hello.
Shook is stuck in the time travel work bus today, so he's not here with us. However, our special guest, Mr. Kyle H. Kyle H is for Harper, which stands for Harper Fab. Mr. Pocket Full of Sunshine on Instagram is here to talk about his oil pans. Lots of pans. A lot of good pans.
Only
the
pans.
best pans. Only pans. We're going to talk about some oil pans he makes, some fab stuff he does, and then probably, discuss Sulev and everything associated with that. And whatever else happens or comes up, as we get rolling. What we can promise you is that we have not been digging a tunnel under this place. We haven't jumped naked into a Bass Pro Shop lake yet.
We will. Ransom Garage in the chat from Japan.
That's amazing. Big shows for
What
Ransom
time
Garage.
is it there?
I can't do that math right now.
It's got to be like 6 a.m.
Probably 12 hours
9
beyond
9
us.
a.m.
9 a.m. Wait, good morning, Pete.
Good morning.
Have a sake with us.
Yeah.
Sake it to me, baby. I had to. I had to do it.
And we apologize to any remaining Japanese listener.
It was there. I've been
Domo arigato.
I've been getting a bunch of stupid. They're like AI aliens on TikTok that are just telling dad jokes. I mean, once you hit 40, that's like
Dude,
the peak of my entertainment.
I will
right there.
not. I won't do anything that has to do with TikTok. You send TikTok links, I don't click them.
Oh man, you're missing out on some great stuff.
I refuse.
It's tough. It's tough. If you don't download it, you gotta open it.
No, I'm not doing
Comes up in
anything.
the browser.
TikTok, not for me.
I'm
I'm a grown ass man.
I'm gonna screen record it and send it to you. Out there, NSX shopping. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Pete's out there spending God's money.
That's a day right there. They're about to have a day. Thank you for joining us for the live show or listening audibly on your favorite podcast player. In order to keep this train rolling, you can visit our website, revivemotoring.com, or you can sign up for the B4B. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Or peep some of our merch and coffee offerings. The pre-order is not up yet. I had to make a few small minor changes on the back end of things. And that should be up by the end of this week. Hopefully when you listen to this into this weekend, finally. So that'll be up for some new merch, some hats, some beanies, and some crew necks, things like that.
I know. I logged in Saturday looking for some stuff, and
I'm so lonely.
it was
so
just me.
very lonely.
What I'm just by myself watching this website, waiting. What I was trying to do is I have those photo video based episodes almost done that I recorded with some special guests. And in those, I have some marketing built in. So I was trying to pump at least one of those out, do everything all at the same time. 2 of those episodes are now done, so I have a little bit of a leeway to post everything else I want to. So
Gotcha.
hopefully by this weekend, it all plays out, it all pops, it drops, and y'all can purchase it and help us out. That's all I get for that. We can get right into
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
some callbacks.
Well, boys, I think winter's fucking with me. I get the other day, I get 8 inches of snow. Time of my life, I got sledding hills going up. I literally started the launch to my backyard snowboard park, everything. And then last night, torrential rain, wake up, it's 55 degrees, 8 inches of snow, gone. Every single inch, gone.
Miracle.
Wasn't it just the rain? It was
grass
the
is
50
out.
degrees of weather.
The front of my property was a fucking swamp, which was insane. I don't like that one bit. I was at the hill yesterday. It was unbelievable. I'm sure it got destroyed last night. Goddamn you, winter. Just stay with me for a little while. But as a bonus, as a benefit to this, I did get to see some Rhode Island baldies in the wild. Unbelievable. The specimen. The people that just can't get out of the flat driveway, can't turn. I mean, it is
One of my favorite new Instagram
pinnacle.
accounts is What's Going On Rhode Island. What's going on in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know, like a dozen photos, just accidents everywhere.
Oh,
like
dude.
cars flipped over, cars in an embankment, like everywhere.
I saw people out like in that storm because I was coming back from I DJ'd Saturday night.
Yep.
And that's when the storm started. I'm coming back. None of these people should have been anywhere. There's no reason for you to be out. There's 3 inches of snow on the ground. Nothing's been plowed, and you're trying to get on like the 610 connector, which has just a right turn right in the middle of the most dangerous spot.
It's hard to do in the dry.
Dude, unbelievable amount of accidents.
Yeah.
People just don't get it, you know? You had to go to the bar that Saturday night. You didn't come to my show.
I had to come see you at the Red Door.
Yeah, dude, I wish it was a light. We had a light attendance as I expected the weekend after New Year's.
Bit of a dry January. Is that
Dude,
what everybody's going for?
I mean, it was busier than I thought it was going to be, but man, it was snowing like a mofo on the way home. We get a ton of snow that, as I said, is all going now.
I think Raph told me about whatever accident that was on the 6, like near 610, going the exit ramp that goes up. That's really steep, I guess.
Oh, the Rhode Island Skyway.
There were, he said there were 3 people who crashed into each other on it.
I believe so.
And he was coming down the highway just watching everybody else behind them just back off the exit.
Yeah, I mean, if they crashed at the apex of the Skyway, they're effectively 150 feet off the ground. I don't even know how they built that so high. It's insane.
It's like the monorail at Disney.
Yes,
it's just up there.
It gives me like when I drive by it and look at it and look up at it, it gives me vertigo.
Yeah, dude. It is. That in the parking garage in the Providence Airport that is effectively a mile away, but has somehow a covered walkway, a covered skyway.
Yeah,
which is like basically the Great Wall of China.
It might be the longest covered bridge in all of the land.
It's like the greatest piece of engineering that's ever happened in the state. Besides, obviously, the roundabout right down the street from us, which is literally the worst thing. If you are a department in the state of Rhode Island and you're the worst one, the amount that's like winning the Special Olympics. Like the amount you had to go beyond everybody else,
right? Like
to just be the prime,
like property tax department is just we're good for the year.
Dude, the DMV is like, yeah, we're fine.
We're fine.
Meanwhile, the DOT is just making 8 ways into a roundabout. There's lanes all over the place. There's sidewalks are closed. All the curbs for some reason are fucking 19 inches high.
At one point of the rotary, there's 3 exits to go in the same direction.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
I mean, to beat the DMV at being the worst organization in the state,
that's unbelievable.
You're like the Larry Bird of being bad at stuff.
That's a high bar. You're draining threes from half court.
It's literally
bad decisions.
They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of fucking up.
Curly, all of them.
Like no one can even stand a chance. It's a 100-point lead. The Rhode Island DOT
not even close.
Is astonishingly bad. So that's good.
Corey, these are the numbers right here. Monetary. I'm sorry, no, reverse that.
I was like, well, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
We've
nice.
done something.
And then yesterday on my way home from the hill, me and my brother were coming back. We were making good time in Western Mass, like right before Northampton, kind of after the South Deerfield exit coming in. And 2 snowplows literally dive bombed in front of the car in front of me and started going 19 miles an hour, blocking the whole road.
Yep.
It's a 65.
Doesn't matter to them.
Not anymore.
Is that standard practice?
It is.
Yep.
So they just block the whole road.
Yeah.
They don't give you like
the other day too.
No.
If you're stuck behind them, doesn't matter. Sometimes they go triple wide.
And that's what they mean to do.
Yeah.
Remember when I drove your CRV up to Vermont, whatever?
Yeah.
That's why it took me 5 hours to get there.
For why? Why would you do that?
To clean up the road.
It was snowing.
Draining the swamp.
It was. I've never in my life.
I don't know.
Been more pressured by my conscience to hard shoulder somebody.
Yeah.
And then we're getting off the lane to go around them, and there's just this needle I could have threaded to get on the highway and just be like, "See you all in hell."
Yeah.
And I didn't, and I ended up driving through like Amherst to get back.
Were the blades down? Were they actually plowing?
No.
Just salting?
No.
Blades.
That's wrong.
Blades
that's
up.
Wrong. That's wrong.
Blades
that's
up.
no good.
There was no snow on the ground. It was snowing. Blades up, spreading salt, 19 miles an hour on 91.
Yeah.
I've seen it blades down in like.
And it's not like
snowstorm.
It's not like they waited for a break in the
makes
traffic.
Sense like that, because then like the next lane catches the little bit of
Yeah. No, I get that. I would get that. They didn't even wait. Dude, they didn't even wait for a break in the traffic. They literally slammed on the brakes in front of like the Solara in front of me. Like, oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't need to be next to each other for that.
Oh, they love being next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, like, I know how long it takes to go through Amherst. I'm like, well, it's 20 miles. We're going 19 miles an hour.
That's an hour.
I'll drive through the field.
The good thing is they'll run out of salt before that happens.
the guy on the right lane was so mad he was riding the salt machine's ass. Like, that's not going to help you at all.
That is not.
I mean, you're not even getting a point across.
His car is deteriorating.
They're having a blast with you doing that. They think
Yeah.
it's the funniest thing in the world.
So my final callback, speaking of riding ass, on my way here, I'm on...
Jordan's mom.
Shout out to Daddy Tim and Daddy Ian.
Yeah.
I'm riding here from the boulevard, which is the same way you come here.
Yep.
And like, as I'm getting on the boulevard, there's a guy in like a I wear tight pants bike cuts in front of me.
Spandex suit.
Yep, and he gets in the right lane. I'm like, that's fine. Okay, he's probably a fast bicycle man.
Yeah.
And then I look in my rear view. I always set my cruise control for 27.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting 6 inches off my rear windshield, just pedaling as hard as he can.
He has his own lane.
Oh yeah, he does. And
Was he skitching?
I think I was breaking the wind for him.
Right. He was drafting you.
My brother in Christ, it took every bone in my body not to tap the fucking literal 20-inch brakes on my truck and just send this guy. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, get on the side of me into it. Why would you be right behind me?
Right. That's not.
I'm effectively to you, if I tap those brakes, I'm a stopped brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A stop like 5,000
He might not even
pounds.
scratch the paint if he hits me. And I was going 27. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was great that he was going that fast.
Yeah.
On a dead flat, on a dead smooth road. But it's fucking January in New England.
January
And
10th.
you're riding the ass of an SUV.
It was 50-something degrees today. So
Yeah, but I mean, do you know how they salt and sand? How? What are you, fucking crazy?
Feel like
you
he's
know the
Providence.
tires? If you ride a road bike, you know the tires, like, you hit a grain of salt, you're dead.
Little,
Yeah.
it's
Probably a
baby
BMW
carrots.
road bike.
feel
It
like,
he was trying to be buddies. He should have passed me. That would have been awesome. I'd have been like, oh, look how cool that guy is.
yeah.
In his tight outfit.
East Providence, speaking of salting roads now, they're not salting, they're using like a wet brine, is what they called it.
So,
Yeah, but you got to brine it so the road's tender at the end.
right. You really want that road nice and moist
Like,
Yeah.
when it's all done baking.
They like soak the road, it dries, but then the road just looks like it looks like it's been covered in salt.
You can see the salt marks,
Yeah.
the lines.
So when I went to school, they were developing that at UMass.
Yeah.
And it's literally like molasses. And
I
they
was
just it's like they're pre-treating a drag strip.
I was like, I gotta figure out like is this worse for the cars?
So you know what I wanted to do, and someone's probably going to steal this video, but I
Yeah,
had the
see,
video.
thanks, Matt Wood. It's worse than normal salt. Yeah, great.
I got to find out whose cousin owns that process in Rhode Island because that's obviously why they use it.
Right, and we got to invest. I was thinking of taking pieces of metal, taking an old fender or something,
I love this.
cutting them, and putting them into here's
The middle of the
here's
road.
regular water. We're going to get real scientific. Here's regular water.
Yep.
Here's the salted water, the salt that they use, the mixture.
Here's
Here's this
road
brine
brine.
that they have. And just see what rusts faster. Pull it out in, I don't know, a month.
So is that East Providence? So I didn't see that in
No, East Providence.
in
only.
Providence, but they didn't even plow the roads there. So
East Providence only.
Maine,
Right now, I
believe
guess.
Maine does use beet juice, which is crazy because beets are expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, the beets aren't exactly like a throwaway vegetable.
There's
Right.
just
like
shredding. That's
super
why,
high
maybe that's why
nutrition.
beets are so expensive.
Yeah.
And what exactly? So the beets just melt the snow or ice?
Listen, I'm not a
Wait,
scientist.
still
that,
red?
that's
Is it still
freaking
red?
The
wild.
governor's
You're turning the
the
roads
governor's
purple.
uncle probably owns a beet farm. It's like we need to get
That's
rid
what
of
I
these
mean.
fucking
Dwight
beets.
Schrute is out there pushing his beets. Beet juice.
And I believe it's
roads?
Beetlejuice. Put a Beetlejuice gangbang.
The idea is that the particles from the beet juice help the salty water stick to the road and make it easier to remove ice. So they use beet juice and salt water.
They make beet juice. They put it on the road so the ice sticks to the road. That seems like a bad idea.
This solution contains natural sugar from the beets to help lower the melting point of ice.
Okay. So they upper the freezing point.
The upper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Here's a.
Science.
This comes from the website Ninja De-icer, NINJA De-icer. Beet juice ice melt is a mixture of red and white beets mixed with salt. Together, it makes a brine that is sticky in nature and helps to reduce the needed salt concentration that runs into waterways. The idea is that the particles from the beet juice help the salty water stick to the road and make it easier to remove ice.
The homeless should just lick the streets.
Probably be cheaper than the beet juice.
The solution contains natural sugar from the beets to help lower the melting point of ice. When salt melts at approximately 15 degrees Fahrenheit, the sugar molecules reduce the ice's freezing point, meaning ice won't be able to form unless it's incredibly cold.
So maybe we should just start wood chipping people and spraying them on the road. It's reducing their carbon footprint to 0, and it's coating the road in sticky.
Beet juice downsides. Using beet juice for snow removal or to melt ice can be effective and friendly for the environment, but there are a few downsides that you should consider before using this as your tried and true method. For one, it could leave behind a red or light brown stain on any surface.
Same.
Beet juice is also quite sticky. Some may say that's a problem.
Well,
Some
John
may say
K.,
it's not.
this beet juice stuff sounds like it would go hard in a cocktail. Correct?
This means that sugar is involved. So in 2014, National Geographic also reported that mixing beet juice into your solution also means that sugar is involved, and this can wash off into the waterways and attract germs in the process. These germs can take oxygen away from creatures such as fish and others in need.
What would the germs be doing otherwise? Just hanging out,
Hanging
not
out
attracted to beet juice?
Hanging out at a germ bar.
Something tells me the germs are probably going to be there
It's
anyway.
not going to matter. Wow, I did not know
Well,
that
I
there
can't
was
eat
a
off the
whole-
roads anymore because there's germs from the beet juice.
How do you die? You get hit by a car licking the road.
Yep. Just trying to follow the new homeless beet juice initiative.
I thought I had a good idea.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's a better idea.
It sounds nutritional.
Yeah.
I mean, beets are good for you. They're nature's candy.
That's true. I don't like beets in general.
Oh.
But, you know, hey, do
I'm
what I
not a
can.
beet guy. What's the other one? It's like white radish. That's what I
Oh,
was thinking of.
love
Nice,
radishes.
nice little dress.
Radish is a nice touch. I do love
Yeah.
a beet as well. Do whatever Utah does. There's so many old cars New England hasn't seen in decades. I think Utah.
It's just wealth.
It doesn't
Is that
seem
what
to
Utah
get.
does?
It doesn't seem to get really icy there. It seems to be like the snow's super dry because it's a desert.
So
I think.
it's just all powdery.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, sweet powder.
Sweet powder.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Canada can use the sand. I don't want to do anything.
I
Canada
remember
does.
driving in Utah to a mountain with English Ben, who was driving like a person from California who's never driven the snow before. And we're going like an hour out in Utah, and he was literally in like a Mazda CX-5 on summer tires going 70 miles an hour, and I'm just like sitting in the passenger seat bracing for impact the whole time. So what I think is the ice is a thing we have in... I'm sure they get it, but nothing... If we were in New England, I would have been in the ocean. I mean, he was going so fast. So there you go.
What do I got here? Oh, I got time to start working on cars again. Got me excited.
Is it time? Oh,
My
right.
break is
in
over.
Corey's break, yeah.
My break is over. Time to start working on them.
Finally, my watch is over.
I decided, speaking of actually the snow, I opened my garage to grab my shovel to clean up the driveway. Saw the Polo sitting there. I said, you know what?
Fuck
I like
that
it.
thing.
I don't want to sell it. I like it.
You know what? Fuck this thing.
I like it.
I'm
I
gonna
like
keep
it. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to
There you
sell
go.
it. So,
Off the market.
yeah, it never really
Fuck off.
was on, but
Yeah,
people
no, it wasn't.
inquired. But then, you know what? No, I like it too much. There's no reason. It doesn't cost me anything to keep it.
Even if somebody comes through cash in hand.
My number went up because I like it now.
Okay. That's perfect.
I
Good
like
logic.
I
No,
like
it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like other
Yeah.
things as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like my original number was just a very fair.
No, it's a very...
Everyone's making out here. I'm making what I need, and you're getting a great car for the price. But now the number is going to be like, no, I needs to like prompt me to.
It's very much supply and demand.
Yeah,
I have it. You want it. It's more.
yeah,
It's
more.
this price now.
Yeah.
I got live news. I got to, it's just happened to me from Jingles, one of our esteemed listeners. Real talk, if I get 2 containers of Kai trucks imported for name of organization, I should have mentioned, can we use your warehouse's loading dock as the drop-off/pickup point? That'd be the best thing that's ever happened
Yeah,
to
of
us.
course. Yeah,
Also,
sounds
I
great.
put your name on one of the 12 trucks. 6 a container. Love that. At a discounted rate for your generosity.
Here we go.
I also need a house to sleep at when my wife kicks me out. Yeah, all right, easy.
Whatever. Hey,
Warehouse.
plenty of warehouse space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
So
live in the loading dock.
time to start working on cars again. Not selling the Polo, but I gotta see what direction I'm gonna go with it. I inquired about a 2-liter 16-valve motor that was for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Hard inquiry.
Hard inquiry, but full stop when I found it had just been sitting outside for years, covered.
Ooh.
Probably not great.
Not great. No.
Just the
great.
motor?
Just the motor. But I don't need the transmission.
I mean, is that a hard engine to come by?
Yeah.
They're getting more difficult.
At this price, it was priced correctly. Like, it was priced as it had been sitting outside covered for a while.
Rebuild price?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like core. Like scrap metal price.
Yeah, perfect.
So
I would take it.
not totally opposed to it. So I'm still kind of thinking about that.
Worst comes to worst, just sell it for scrap metal price again.
Yeah, that's true.
We just
Or
spit shine that baby, double it.
At some point, that itself is going to be worth.
Yeah, you
More
can
than
just take it
probably
apart.
what
Like
you-
the manifold itself is worth
Yeah.
probably almost what they were asking for just the engine.
It's a 16 valve.
Yeah.
And you're going to not put it in anything. You're just going to have it.
I don't know what to do with it.
I love
I
that.
saw it. I like
It's a
it.
good deal.
Put
I
it in
mean,
the Honda.
You have to
Could
get
put
it.
it in the Honda. Yeah, could put it in the Honda.
Basically, you have to. I bought a set of S2000 seats for light money of my boy.
They get returned.
I think my money got returned.
Then your money gets sent back.
It ain't right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I got to start with the with some stuff I got to do with the Civic and get my kind of my feet wet. Get
2024, year of the Civic still.
get some juices flowing. I don't know. Like
Sounds like
take
you're the Polo after that.
That's what I
Peek
mean.
in
It's
the
just-
garage.
So the biggest thing I ran into
You're the 6.
with the Polo year of the 6 is because of the 180 being in the front, they had to make that custom front subframe,
Mm-hmm.
and they fully removed the sway bar.
Yep.
So the car doesn't have a front sway bar. So it drives like so loosey-goosey, like flopping around everywhere.
Tokyo Drift.
So
Nice styles.
I think, nice styles for sure. I think the best bet would probably be like sourcing a sway bar
Game Sayer.
and then finding a way to adapt it to back to the car.
Right.
Seeing where that lands me.
Just weld the strut towers together. Boom.
Could.
You can make a sway bar for that thing.
Yeah, it'd be a
Cal
good
can
little
make one.
project.
We'll make a sway bar for that thing right now.
Yeah, you really just need the center mounts. There's just two center mounts. And like the subframe that was there is no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need new mounts on that existing subframe. Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
I can't weld or anything like that, but you know a lot of people who can.
I got a welder, bud.
We can cut some metal.
I
and
get an
then-
old 1 Series sway bar somewhere.
Somewhere.
Throw that thing on there.
It should be twice the width of the
Still
car.
sticking out past the wheels.
But yeah, I think it might be the play.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big news.
Might be the play. I saw it just sitting in the garage
Sad.
all by itself.
Hey there,
It
little
just
guy.
like a bunch of gel silica packets in it on a charger. So,
You know you can buy those packets bigger, right?
no, I've got there. I mean, how big would you
Oh,
want to
okay,
say?
fair.
I mean, Corey's got like 5-pounders.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
These don't
In
go
my,
in
in my
shoes,
mind,
baby.
you had like 100 of them from Little Wallets.
No.
No, they ship when they ship equipment to me, they have these like probably half the size of this Powerade thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
It's
probably-
probably like in the Sasquatch shoes.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
probably like 10 of them in each like skid.
Yep.
So I'll take like one skid's worth and just throw them in the car
Yep.
and then leave them in there.
You can make them your own size. Just look up desiccant.
I got a whole
That's what it's
I got a whole
called.
freaking container of that shit.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. I used to buy
I
it
just
all the
pop them
time.
every now and then. I'm
This
feeling
is,
lonely.
this is cheap, aka free.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
No, that's a
I
good
just
call.
stick with it.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
I stick with it. And then
You can't put a price on that.
when I take the car, I just throw them away. Throw them away.
See you.
That's it. So yeah, that's I'm excited. Now I get my winter stuff going.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Oh,
that's
thank
a,
you.
That's a big move.
Yep.
Last
Takes,
thing
takes a big man.
takes a big man to admit, he might have been wrong. Next thing I have, does anyone see the Adam LZ Safari GTR?
I've
Oh, yeah.
not watched the video, but I've seen
Was
it
the green
popping
one
up
his?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's popped up
I didn't watch the
everywhere.
video. I just saw a few photos of it. I thought it looked awesome.
It did, yeah.
I don't know.
It looks,
I thought it looked
it
super
looks
cool.
crazy.
I think we're on the verge of Safari everything.
I thought we've been there for a while now.
I think this is going to put us over the top.
I liked it.
It probably
That's a
happened
cool
when
idea,
I
for
safaried
sure.
my Toyota.
There you go. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
It's cool. I like the idea of it.
Is there a video of him driving it and like
I don't
doing
watch any
safari
videos.
stuff? Yeah, I don't either. I can't get through them.
No, there's a photo. It showed me on my phone, and that was it. That's what I'm basing my opinion off of.
I stick to what I said.
Yeah, it's just a photo of a car. It looks like it's got a Frontier roof rack on it. I like the
Yeah, I seen the picture. It's the green one.
Yeah.
Like a minty green.
I'm not like a
Pretty
big
rad.
safari everything guy.
You know,
I like if you're gonna safari Miata, I'm fucking about it.
it's funny.
Even a
it's like,
GTR is fine. I just like, I don't know.
take like Joey to Motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Safari cars he built, I loved. And then Farrah built his, and I was like, I fucking hate it.
I mean, I've driven a shitty car off road,
Yeah.
hardly raised in like a competitive situation. I don't think you need a GTR.
Yeah, you don't need to go crazy.
You need a 325e from like the early 80s, and it's fine off-road. Just welded diff.
I think kind of what makes it so interesting is you're taking this like weird car.
It's just somewhere it doesn't belong.
Yeah,
right. Not every day you'd see that.
But I got to see like some whistling diesel shit out of it.
Right, jumping stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Said you're gonna jump
surgeries.
it.
Because I don't know, like, is it just like spacers above the coilovers to lift it a few inches?
I hope not. I
didn't
hate
watch
that.
the build, but
You know, like, I don't know. Is that all it is? And just like a green wrap? I don't know.
Yeah, a hockey puck up top and a green wrap.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine anyone's making long travel suspension for R32.
No, but I would imagine with resources like his,
kind of money,
you can
yeah.
probably make whatever
it
you
should
want.
have raised suspension in it.
Yeah. You can make whatever you want. I mean, if you just buy some like
Pre-run R53 Mini. That's a great idea.
off-road suspension with like universal end links.
Yeah, just slap her in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Who knows how it's going to drive? I
he
mean, it looks good in
works-
photos.
I know he works with BC,
Oh.
so literally could
Oh.
just. Hey,
Oh,
I
that
need
explains why it's parked in his driveway surrounded by BC logos.
perhaps.
I don't think so. That's a coincidence.
It's sort of like the Wayne's World.
It's all coming together for me.
Pepsi, Doritos.
Carman Kent said BC set
Little,
the tall in
you know,
all terrains.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, stuff that's not supposed to be off-road is also fun off-road, so I guess I can't hate.
I just think about how fun a car like that is to drive, right?
Yeah, to drive it on road's going to be the best.
Now,
And then now you take it
Just
off road,
fucking whooping stuff.
especially Florida off road.
here's
Oh, yeah,
the
he's
question.
a Florida man.
Yeah.
Here's the
I
question:
think he shipped it somewhere.
is stuff? Yeah, it's actually Colorado. I think he drives it in Colorado.
Oh, it's in Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm going to Colorado. Maybe we'll see it.
Maybe you'll see it out there.
Hey, if I do, what up? Love your videos.
Now the real question is, what can you take that is off-road based and put it on road? and
Tacoma's lowered.
have the same effect.
Yeah, Tacoma's lower.
Tacoma's lowered. Any pickup truck that's fast.
Do you know how good like a GX would look like on its rockers?
Just fucking on its face,
Yeah.
dude. Oh,
Yeah. Take any truck
I need a minute.
and make it sit on the ground.
Right.
Especially like big
New-
long boy
new-
pickup trucks.
No, man, Phil's so horny for those things. Like,
Those-
Super horny.
yeah,
They do look good.
yeah.
I don't
Anything.
dislike them.
I think, yeah, anything big that's lowered is the best. Like there was some guy with like a second generation Escalade just slammed, like definitely trimmed out the wells and remade them to fit it in. And that thing just rolling around on his fucking rockers was insane.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
I think the bigger the vehicle is, the lower you make it, the crazier it looks. There's
Right, because
something
there's
about
some Mack trucks out there that
yeah.
are ridiculously low, and you're like,
J
that's-
Speed
that
Safari
brings it.
car seems to be quality builds. Yeah, J Speed's the fucking man.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's not a half-ass kind of guy.
Yeah, you capitalize his whole name.
yeah.
next time you
J
spell
Speeds
it.
goes whole ass all the time.
Jay
Love that
Speed's
guy.
middle name is whole ass.
Just like
J
ass
whole ass
Speed.
Speeds.
Yeah, dude. That dude's not fucking around at all. One of the best dudes ever, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout
yeah,
out to J Speed.
yeah. Big shout to Jay. Miss that guy. I haven't seen him in.
You know what's
Wow.
crazy?
Mm.
We're not like if I see him, we say what's up, we'll talk quick, but it's not a regular basis thing.
Yeah.
My Honda broke down to Vermont. I reached out to a bunch of people. He's the first person to get back to me.
He'd fly a fucking helicopter out there
Not
to
only did he
rescue
get
you.
back to me, he didn't even respond with anything. He just responded with a phone number. And
Yeah.
I just called him. He's like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the fucking best guy.
He's like, "Yeah, just tow it here." I'm like, "Oh, maybe I don't know." Like,
yeah, yeah.
You should have done it because he would have ended up with a goddamn Safari one.
yeah.
You want to know why? Because he's a whole ass man.
Yeah, he's a whole ass
Jay,
guy.
whole ass man.
with
Speed.
solutions. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah, he
All
was
caps.
like, "I got a guy. He's at a dealer. He's trying to part." I was like, "He's
guy
coming
knows
up with solutions before I even know what the issue is."
Yeah, dude. We'll throw a new motor in that thing right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, he's the best.
Right. He's got your new B18. It's all sorted.
Yeah,
Everything.
top
It's
guy.
coming in from Japan tomorrow
Top
morning.
guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Car stuff. Not selling the polo. That's about all I got. That's about all I got.
Josh, you got any callbacks?
No callbacks that I can think of. No.
Fucking hate to see it. Any deep thoughts? Any corrections? I was
Talking
trying.
about the merch,
I'm sorry.
right?
We did have a callback.
Good. I was trying to have a deep thought so hard today, just couldn't do it.
I had one, but I
Couldn't
lost
do
it.
it, dude. I was just fucking sitting around. Just, come on. Nope. No deep thoughts.
Hit my head against the wall.
In the shower, just come on. This is where you're the most genius, Chuck. Nope. Nothing.
Callback from Russ Newman.
Russ Newman.
Callback to Wednesday's episode when Shook said
Hold up.
there's some Toyota guy punching the air. It's me. I was that Toyota guy. W55 came in IS300 and some trucks, older Cressidas and some of the mid-90s 2000 Crowns. Altez's come with a J160 box, same trans as an RX-8, Miata, IS250, and I believe the S15, but don't quote me on that. The Supra and SC300 came with a W58, as we were talking about transmission hookups for those vehicles. The IS in particular.
You know what? I got a question.
I love a question.
Mm-hmm.
What? So think about like a late 90s Toyota Land Cruiser imported from Japan, right?
Yep.
Who, like, do we have anyone who listens to this show who actually knows about them, who's
currently in Japan right now,
who could answer some questions? Is there any relatability from that vehicle to anything here?
Right. For ease of parts.
Dude, did you say Land Cruiser?
Accessibility?
Is it just same thing? If it's the same thing. Why don't more people own these things?
You can buy them here.
Not in that condition and not for that price. You import one, they're like a lot cheaper imported as a JDM version.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't
that's
know.
true. They are
same
cheaper. They're you shouldn't be looking at those, because that's a bad path. They're great.
Sounds like a great
You're going to
path.
spend a lot of money.
It sounds like a great path.
No, I'm fucking helplessly in love with the Land Cruisers. And I don't look at those websites because they're not as expensive as you think.
And
they're not. That's where I'm like, there's got to be a catch.
Everybody brings them in and they're like, what should I do? Let's put 33s on them. Done.
There's got to be a catch.
Can you get them in turbo diesel? If you
They're all turbo
Get them
diesel.
in,
I think most of them, yeah.
yeah,
Are they?
most of them are, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, let's do it.
Yeah, Matt Wood, it's like buying an FT. JDM ones are cheaper. Same thing with NSXs. Like, I don't know. Like, is that the catch? You just have to bring it in? Because if that's the case, that's not a big hurdle
I
for
don't
me.
think they're worth crazy money. It's not like you're getting an R34.
I mean, I ran it by the old lady, and she was all about it.
Yeah?
Oh, she
Pull
was
the
like,
trigger.
she was like, why don't we have one now?
You want to pause the podcast and finish it
We'll
later?
figure it out.
I mean, Pete's there. You can wheel
buy,
and deal.
Japanese,
He already sent me a few links to some of them.
Japanese Classics has them on their website done, and they're the most expensive guys. And they're still not, like, outrageous like I expected.
Pete was sending me some in, like, sale prices were
Give me
like
a taste on the price. What are we talking?
7,
Get the fuck out
7
of
to
here.
9, depending on condition.
Yeah, seriously. Well,
Yeah.
let's pause the show. we can figure this
Pete,
out.
if you're still listening.
Yeah, I think it was like 7 to 9, depending on condition. Yeah.
So
He sent me a beautiful
like
white one.
10-ish landed?
I don't know. That's his territory. I don't know what it costs to get him over here. That's why I don't. That's why people don't do it. They think about like, oh, if I buy it, then I got to deal with it again.
It's
over
not
there.
like the pickup truck shit though. The pickup truck shit's the problem. You get chicken tax and then you're done. Petey wants to bring a couple of those back. I'm in.
right. But yeah, like a late '90s Toyota Land Cruiser.
It's a
What are we
perfect
doing?
body.
What are we doing?
Why are we
That's
even
it.
here?
Yeah.
What are we? Josh is looking at them right now. Exactly. What are we doing?
And this is a pristine example
Give me a taste.
from Japanese classics. Matter of fact, yeah, hang on a second.
We got to Pete bring one in.
Let me give you the whole load today.
I think if Japanese Classics sell them, you can take about 80% off,
Yeah.
and that's what they paid for it. Here we go. We're looking at it on the computers now.
Yep.
Oh, this is why I stay off this website.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, just like, what was it? This shot right here.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
good.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Would you
Papa.
look at
That's
it?
what I'm saying. Just throw 33s on it, you're done.
It might already have them.
Yeah, no, that's
those might
what
be
that's
the
what
threes.
Japanese Classics does.
Big fan of this.
Grapefruit launcher.
Big fan of that.
They all have that for some reason. It's hysterical. I don't know why. But so, is it the same vehicle here? It's just this
Was
one's
that a
obviously
double stereo?
this right-hand drive, dude. They have like a tip meter in them. I don't even know what it's technically
Just
called.
the tip?
Just a tip.
Letting the Alpine play.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, so like a non-flip
Oh,
over
yeah, that's
meter?
got a
Yeah.
TV in it, though.
Whoa.
yeah. That's
Was that the tip meter?
an altimeter. It might be. Some of them have a picture of the actual truck, but yeah, I don't. Why aren't more like? What are we doing? My buddy TK, he brought in a Hilux Surf like years ago. He's
Yeah.
been driving the fucking shit out of it ever since. He's been having a great
The
time.
early Hilux Surfs were just, I believe, and I could be wrong, were just Tacomas with like factory hardtops on them.
Yeah, he's having a party.
Not Tacomas, but whatever the Hilux. And you could bring them in and just pop the top off, and it costs you like 90% less, but it's not a pickup truck.
Honestly, TK's living the life, man. He's in an M4 Hilux Surf. He's doing good.
Come on.
Yeah, check out that white bad Larry right there.
Nah,
You
that
want
white
the
was
98 or the 92?
92, triple locked.
This thing.
Nah, this one's a little too old for me.
A little too
92's
old?
92's out of your range?
A little too old for me. I'm
Oh.
thinking like late
Look at
90s.
that glass.
Listen,
Oh, that burnt orange finish. Definitely not a color that was available OEM
yeah.
at that time, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
They're really, really cool.
Go back. Let's look again.
We'll bring up that 98.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
they got to be
like this
underpowered or
1998.
something. There's got to be a reason.
The 98's too finished for me.
look at that.
It's too well done. I don't want it.
I love it.
That's
Right
a good
here.
car.
That's where I'm at.
Not enough for me.
Right
I love
there.
it. And then this one should have the rear mirror that hangs. Oh no, it doesn't. Some of them have the rear mirror that hangs over the
It
rear
doesn't have a
glass.
grapefruit launcher. This thing's too clean. Get rid of this
I
thing.
love. Look at this thing. This looks like it's brand new, right off the showroom floor.
It really does.
Also got a TV in her.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like
this thing-
LX 470.
Also, a battery
same
18
car.
volt. What are we doing? This thing with like an Android Auto head unit.
Can you find me an older
What else
one?
do you need?
That's too.
There was an.
What is that? Like
no,
a
it was on a different
2022?
site. There was an 89.
Look at that boy, chimney 1.3. No, don't click that one. Oh, they got a Prado up on the right.
Yeah.
Prado's a short boy. 93 in red. Let me
93.
put eyes on that thing.
Oh yeah,
Come on, that's the one.
that looks pretty good. Oh,
Yeah.
this is what I was going to bring up. Here we go.
Anyways, yeah, shit's
There was-
unbelievable.
There was this one.
It's an
89.
Yeah,
Looking
the,
like
the
a-
problem is that spent its whole life here,
Is that from here?
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
No, thank you.
So maybe not its whole life here, but like I
What's
don't know. It's also a little too old for me.
I'm not against it, but I'm not trying to buy someone that brought it in for me. I'm trying to have the full experience.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to bring the
Tip to
bring your
tail.
plate rally.
Yeah.
It seems like the
If I wasn't just making bad purchases for my whole life, I'd probably buy one of these.
Yeah.
Look, what's up with that Prado? Top right.
so your jam right there.
You think that's a Prado?
I like the vinyl.
It reminds me of
I like the backup mirror.
That's
what's
so
the
those backup mirrors are
What's the
rad.
Mitsubishi equivalent?
Pendejo or
Yeah,
Pajero?
yeah, whatever that is. It reminds me of that.
Yeah, I definitely changed that graphic to say Pandejo.
Oh, look at
First thing.
Dude, those seats are good.
that. Yeah, this thing's cool.
I
I dig
mean-
it. I dig it. There's a lot.
Anyways, yeah, that old Japanese off-road stuff is cool as hell. So yeah,
I think you're following the right path there, Corey.
Yeah, just
yeah, Corey, you're on top of something.
Yeah,
right?
Thought-
you should experiment.
thought of
Let
mine.
us know how-
Yeah,
Yeah, we should get deep into that
Yeah,
stuff. Imagine just driving over stuff with that and be like, yeah, that's what I do now.
yeah.
Curbs don't exist.
I'm gonna go on through the median around those goddamn plow trucks
Honestly,
and immediately realize I don't have power to get around them.
the life of living, the living life of driving like a big like truck, just go over anything.
Carefree.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
It's the best.
it all leads to a Raptor.
You're not
All
wrong.
roads lead to Raptor.
Yeah.
And you get a Raptor and like, right, this is where I needed to be this whole time.
It's
I've just been chasing the Raptor to life without the Raptor.
everyone was striving for.
Matter of fact, Raptor keys are what were in the suitcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes
That is
sense,
absolutely for sure.
The Patrol and Land Cruiser are the kings of driving around the world. Yeah, I'm trying to drive around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Ocean.
I'm
Doesn't
trying to
matter.
drive through the goddamn loop-de-loops.
Yeah, right.
Any other callbacks?
I got a
or
deep thought.
Deep thoughts. You do have a deep thought now.
Just thought about one.
This
I was
is
talking about on
amazing.
the way home.
Live action deep thought.
So apparently BMW
Mm-hmm.
is bringing the stick shift to the Z3. It's going to be a stick shift, the new Z3.
Okay.
Or whatever the
didn't even-
current Z3, they're going to make it a stick shift.
I didn't know they were making a new Z3.
There's a
Right.
current Z3 that exists.
No.
Yeah.
Z4.
Z4. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Z4.
all right.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
A lot of sticklers over here. A lot of BMW fans in the
Well,
room.
I didn't know if I missed some big news about bringing back the Z3.
No, apparently, this is a total rumor anyway.
Yeah.
And it could be true. I don't fucking know. Nonetheless, Z4 with a stick shift, you're like one step away from just fucking pop a hardtop on that thing, put an S58
I was
in
just going to say, I said, why do we not have no hardtop option?
because it's a B58, everybody wants a B58, right?
Yep.
Supra also has a B58 and a stick shift now, and it's a hardtop. But I think we'd all agree the Supra's weird looking.
I like it.
It's bulbous.
I like the Supra.
It's
I like it a
bulbous.
lot.
Let's be honest, it's bulbous.
I'm big.
I was a big hater at first. I like it a lot.
They put
I'm
a
a
hard
big,
they put a hardtop on that Z4 stick shift S58. They're never going to sell any of them, but I would be so
No, I don't
excited.
know why they don't make that in a manual.
They
I mean, they
should.
put a manual back in the sedan. Why not put it in the Roadster?
Let's pop it in. Let's just pop it in, and then you
do
got
it, yeah.
what's going on in the world right now. There's a Supra. I don't see many of those at all. I've seen two 400Zs in my life.
I
What's
see
going
one
on out there?
I see one daily because it parks in the same parking lot. So that
That's a
doesn't-
good. You know what this looks like?
What's it look like?
This looks. Show it to you guys. This looks like a modern S2000.
Yeah, it does.
I see it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Looks like a modern S2000. Great looking car.
Imagine that.
Make it a hard top.
Imagine it with a hard top.
Make it a hard top.
Game
Make
over.
it.
Hardtop would be great.
I'd even settle for like an S2000 style hard top. A little on and off
boop.
helmet.
Yeah, little
Like
helmet on
Miata?
there, little boop.
Here's a note for that transmission. The 6-speed transmission is part of a larger performance package and will only be available on the 6-cylinder M40i models.
Yeah, let's be honest. Those are the only guys that want them.
It's the same transmission found in the Toyota GR Supra, but each has unique tuned linkages and bushings.
I'll tell you what's unique tune is BMW is going to make the motor perform way better than the one in the Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to.
When they say you like unique bushings, is it in the BMW world? Are they actually different from car to car?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And why do they do that?
So most of like the non-M cars will have a hydraulic bushing,
Okay.
so it's fluid filled.
Yep.
It's like a gusher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it makes
yeah.
it like softer. Like you don't feel engine vibrations as much.
Yeah.
And
Right,
then
because
the M
they
cars will just
wanna-
have a solid rubber.
Yeah. Because they want you
That's
to
like a
have the
big difference.
BMW experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not that smooth anymore.
Those bushings, when they fail, and they may make a mess.
They do. Yeah.
They make a
Sometimes the bottom is like exposed,
Yep.
so if something pokes it,
Yep.
all your fluid comes out,
Comes right out the ass.
and then you get the solid M bushing.
and it's nasty stuff too. It'll like stain whatever it touches.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You hate to hear it,
Maybe they should put that on the roads.
Mm.
but I can't imagine they sell a lot of Z4s. I never see those either. So
I don't even see a lot.
I don't think a lot of like $50,000+ two-door sports things sell right now.
Yeah, I
Probably
mean,
not in the area for it.
I'm at 67,000 and all I did was pick a color of paint.
Yeah, wrong color.
Should have did that.
It was a $600 option.
White.
Here, just
Blue.
for reference, just because I'm super curious. They are selling more than I thought. Let's put it that way. In 2023, average, I would say, is over 100 a month.
Of what?
Z4s,
No.
which is crazy.
That's selling more than F-150.
I've never seen one.
I've
It's
seen.
got to be like not in this
Literally
part of the country.
dozens.
But I was gonna say I've seen them, but I have a cheat code. I'm not too far from BMW Norwood, so like,
Okay.
just I see kind of everything.
You guys got a lot rolling through there?
Not a lot. I see them
Where-
once in a
what
while.
do you
Like
see
I don't
them?
see one every day.
Yeah.
it's an
You
uppity
guys
area.
had a car actually that I wanted to ask you about, and I totally forgot. Now I'm drawing a blank what it is.
Was it cool?
It was. It
Alpina?
was.
Oh God, Alpina.
No. Come
But anyways, they should put a hard top on that thing just for me.
Yeah, they
I
should.
won't buy it.
Just for me.
just to appease
But, you know, it'd be
though.
like, you know what? If anyone ever buys it, I'll buy it off them.
I
Make a
definitely wanna look at it.
Z4M option.
No.
I don't think
no,
so.
no, they only made that concept one that was at like Pebble and stuff.
Yeah.
Did I
That everybody
mention
get all horned up about.
my ass is chapped that they put the M mirrors on the M cars now?
M cars, the little swoopy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, real chapped,
I don't
real
like
chapped
that.
up. There's every BMW is just gonna end up with those mirrors.
You could
now.
throw the F series M mirrors on a 1 series. It looks really good.
Do it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Do it.
Looks good. We
You
got.
earned it. That thing's been on the streets for a long time. You know.
I know. I still got another year and a half or
Out there,
so.
Sulev.
Of Sulev?
Oh yeah.
You think a Sulev warranty would cover it because those mirrors are more aerodynamic?
It might because it makes it more
Efficiency.
fuel efficient.
Efficiency.
Yeah,
Are you gonna get Sulev tattooed across your chest just because?
I should.
Sulev life. That's what you
Yeah.
across
what's
your
it,
belly.
What's it stand for?
Yeah,
You wouldn't
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, you have no idea. I'm committed. Any other callbacks, deep thoughts, anything coming up this weekend? I mean, obviously it's 50 degrees, but we're in winter.
You know what's interesting?
Winter.
Garrett and a bunch of the Lock City friends, my man Mike Avery,
Yep.
they're all DJing at the
You
Red
mean
Door this
Mike
weekend.
Varney?
Well, yeah, this is his real name. They're all DJing at the Red Door, and Timmy Top Ropes.
Yep.
So that should be fun. If you're in Providence area, it'd be fun to see those guys.
Red
I'll
Door
probably stop in
PVD.
for a couple minutes because I got to fly out the next day.
Pop out.
I'm going to Colorado, so I won't see you guys next week. But I'll be here after that.
What's going on in Colorado? Anything good?
Skiing, taking the whole family.
Oh, there you go. That
They
is
have,
good.
they have snow, but as soon as I get there, I'm sure it'll be 60 degrees and raining. So
What did you rent?
Safari
I
R32.
rented. No, yeah, I got a beautiful Safari R32 from some random dude. I rented a Suburban and a 4Runner.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna see if either or one exists when I get there.
Fair.
I'm thinking that I have 2 reservations. This is how rental companies think about it. That can't be right. Cancel them both.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're staying like right off the gondola, so whatever. I can take an Uber to the place and.
You just call like 4 different Ubers to get you guys over there.
Yeah, we'll get over there. But
Like
anyways,
here, one Uber's just gonna pack it full of the gear. One's gonna.
well, we were gonna rent one car, but technically there's enough people. But my mom's coming, so a Suburban's not enough for her luggage. So. If I'm being honest. And then, yeah, I mean, if you're in Colorado and you want to go ride, and I'll be in Breckenridge, I think, or Scan. I'll go wherever. It's gonna be the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach my kids. It's gonna be the best.
Gonna rent a Diablo, wear some fuzzy boots.
Yeah, that's an IOU. That one's for a lot of money. I want to keep that one. Beautiful Aspen. So yeah, I will be out next week, but I'll be back after. And then, actually, I might not be. No, I'll be back Wednesday. Yeah. So yeah.
Let's do B for B.
Oh God, it's really off my game here.
The B for the B.
Hey everybody, it's me, Chuck from Revival, and we're here to talk to you about Bucks for the Boys. What's Bucks for the Boys? It is our value for value system to support this podcast. It is our ticket to freedom that allows us to say whatever we want and not have to rely on sponsors, but only have to rely about you and doing the best possible job we can do for you guys. So what Bucks for the Boys asks is that you go on revivalmotoring.com/B4B, and you can choose a sustainable donation. Sustainable donations mean you can give it to us monthly, weekly, whatever you like, pick any amount, and it will help us plan the bills, pay the bills, and keep the lights on in this beautiful studio that we all, in fact, live in with our families. Also, if the sustainable donation isn't the way you want to go, and I get it, you can go ahead and on the PayPal, info@revivalmotoring.com, type any donation number you want, any number that means anything to you, because it's more than we're getting now. And any message you write in there, we will be contractually obligated to read on air, which shockingly does not happen enough at all. But hey, know that's an offer. Also, obviously, we've been deep in an economic hard time for the past 3 years, maybe more. So it's tough to donate the old cash, but anything that helps us produce the podcast is welcome. Mm-hmm. You can send us hot leads, tips, pictures, music, videos, board games to our email, to our mail, to the Instagrams, whatever you like. Send it our way. If you see a hot tip, hot lead in the car industry, hit it our way, We really appreciate it, and it helps us help you. As we move forward, you can also, one of the best ways you can possibly ever help us is you can tell someone else about the podcast. We know you're a car person. You talk to other car people. Maybe they want to be involved in the conversation with the boys. Tell them about Revival Motoring podcast. Hey, I listen to a podcast. I like it. It's Revival Motoring. It's at least 2.5 hours of quality-ish content every week. Mm-hmm. Or the best way to do it is obviously to force someone to listen to the podcast. Go on a trip. Just turn it on. Don't let them touch the radio.
Verbally wear them down.
Lock them in a room. Are you a bus driver for a bunch of children? Throw it on. See what you got to do. Let's make the next generation the right generation,
right.
Huh?
Car kids.
Yeah. So that's a good way to do it. And then obviously the best way to experience a podcast, and we push this every time, is at about 7 p.m. Eastern time. Every goddamn Wednesday. We go on the YouTubes. We do a pre-show, which is unbelievable. Hold it up. Worth listening to. If you pop in there, you'll have an incredible crew of friends and friends' mothers that you can talk to and talk about.
That are just dismantling each other emotionally.
And you can just wreck each other. You can absolutely wreck each other. And we have so much fun with the guys in the podcast. It's like our extra family. And it's like if you're an Italian male, you have like a 98% chance of being the president because they just elect them all the time. If you are in our chat room, there's a 98% chance you're going to end up on this podcast someday. Don't know why, but they all end up on here.
There is a probability.
It's basically like we pop down to grab you from out of there.
It's just natural. It's just a natural thing that somehow
a lot of our greatest guests, hosts, friends have come from the chat room.
Just by being beings. That's it.
Yeah, just by being beings and doing stuff. So we appreciate you guys a lot and the amount of you derailing our podcast and ruining it for the actual podcast listeners.
Both derailing yet keeping it going.
Oh, it's the only reason. It's the only reason they ever show up anymore. Well, and also because we live in the studio.
That's great.
So we have to be here because we can't sleep until Josh tells us we can sleep. So that's about my end of the old Bucks for the Boys.
It's a bit of a cult situation.
Yeah. What do you have to say there, Joshy?
Well, if you're an active B4B subscriber, you will receive some things from us in the mail from time to time. Oh, shoot. You know what? I got to talk to Dobbins. I don't know if we're giving away any calendars this week, maybe next week. But we've been giving away some calendars the past couple weeks. Big shouts to Jordan C in the chat. Your mother's beans being, I don't know, here's money.
Your mother's beings. I don't know, here's money. $5. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you very much.
Deep contribution.
You want to contribute in there? We appreciate that too. So, if you are an active B4B subscriber, you'll receive some stuff from us in the mail from time to time. We're going to try to leverage some more companies this year to participate in the B4B, meaning like, hey, we got an audience. They like your stuff. You grease my hands, I grease your whatever you want me to grease,
Okay.
We'll make it happen. But no, we'll try to do that to bring some more benefits to everybody who subscribes to the B4B. Hopefully we can make that happen. We'll send you some stuff. You're automatically entered to win some stuff from us. I think I'm going to change that up a little bit this year as far as what we're sending. Try to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, but still make it cool for you guys. So we have that happening. revivalmotoring.com/B4B. I don't think we have any new subs this week, but we do have BPL.
We certainly do. Who's ready for the new BPL?
I need to hear that BPL, Daddy.
Thank you for the drum roll. It is a big one this week.
Ooh.
We have hit our all-time high of 27 cents a listen.
Wow. Holy smokes.
27 cents a listen. And it's important to note that it is that high because we have great contributors.
Yep.
We throw money in the chat seemingly every week, such as Jordan last week, Wade, P. Coots, Chuck Lab, all threw us money last week.
You guys are
in
the
the
best.
chat. It's great.
Also, Tim Connors, $5. Jordan's mom gave us both $5 for dinner. Love that.
So we appreciate you being in the chat. We appreciate the money you throw us for doing the show. It makes our BPL great. It's a fun number to throw out there, so you guys can kind of play around with it however you'd like. Throw us more listens, throw us more cash, one or the other. Both.
Yeah, both.
But yeah, 27 cents, all-time high.
Yep.
Beat our previous record on November 29th, 2023 of 25 cents. And then our previous record on July 19th, 2023 of 23 cents.
Come on, baby.
Wow.
We're climbing those ranks.
Yeah, I like it.
We're climbing those ranks. Tyler Page, I remember it was 9 cents. Listen, I appreciate you remembering. That means he's been there a long time.
He has.
Guy's been there a long time. Those are the days.
He has. So that is B4B. I think we covered everything for that.
Definitely did.
Yeah, Nick Pausar definitely didn't say anything. Let's keep going.
Oh wait,
He was late because he was eating a potato.
Saw that. Love that.
what did we say if we
I think that's when we had like 100,000 listeners.
25 cents?
Yeah, I think we said something.
25 cents. I don't know. What are we going to do?
Yeah, you might want to reach in the archive, quote that for us.
Yeah,
and
let
then,
us know.
We'll pay you from the chat room.
They
Thank
were
you.
crazy. 25 cents.
They were crazy.
I don't think it's going to be that big, to be honest.
It's a quarter,
I don't. That's yeah. Whatever. Perhaps a dinner. Maybe
Sticker.
we pick somebody from the chat and bring them for dinner. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be into that.
We'll figure whatever
I'd
that
help
is.
fund that.
Good point. Yeah, I got an idea for that if we do something like that eventually. Let's cue these boys. News.
I got great news.
All right, let's think about it. If we get to a certain point, you want to pick someone, I'll cook them dinner.
We each bring a plate.
You
Like we
pick
each
a
bring
rando?
a thing.
Yeah, pick a
Random person
listener.
that we make dinner.
And we'll do a potluck and make dinner. That'd be amazing.
I'll do potluck. Yeah, I'll make
Yeah.
homemade pasta. What do you want?
I think we should, if we get to 50 cents, which is crazy,
Yeah,
we should bring Jordan, Tim, Ian, and Jordan's mom and cook them dinner.
all on the show.
Yeah, dude.
We set up a candlelit dinner.
Yeah, was that
You'd have to record it, yeah.
Oh,
We wouldn't even talk. They would run the whole show.
I'm in.
Steak with a side of beef, turf and turf. Everybody knows.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we're gonna send this up to the old flagpole. Kind of workshop it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
what's
talk to the
that
legal.
What's that other corporate term? Shit. I can't
Put a pin in
remember
it
what
and
is.
circle back.
Yeah.
But
Let's put a
there's
pin in it and
that,
circle
and then
back.
there's one in particular that it's on the tip of my tongue.
Maybe
You know, they
skull
estimate.
Ass chaps.
Yeah. What were you saying about the news?
I got a news, boys.
You got a news.
Big news here. In a slow news day, the new upgraded Model 3 is now in America, baby. That's Tesla Model 3.
What are the upgrades?
You ready? I'm glad you asked, Corey. Ventilated front seats.
Oh.
Upgraded sound system. That's an additional sub in the trunk, yo.
Oh.
Rear screen.
Mm-hmm.
Upgraded camera hardware. Increased efficiency at high speed.
Oh.
Ambient lighting.
Ambient.
Softer suspension.
Oh.
Okay.
Less road noise and harshness. In fact, if I had to put a number on it, and they did, 20% less. New taillights. Textiles instead of wood in the dash. You know, they had the woody dash. Now it's a textile dash. A flattish bottom steering wheel. But most importantly, and most quickly energizing the movement for the Model 3 to be the new Nissan Altima, is it's going to have turn signal buttons on the steering wheel instead of a stalk.
Ugh.
Turn signal buttons on the steering wheel.
That's a
instead of
hard
stalk.
walk. That's a hard wolf. There's no stalks. You choose your drive mode on the screen.
Why?
Well, buddy, that's because they don't want any stalks. But stalks aren't aerodynamic. I don't know if you've noticed the science.
The inside of the car?
You gotta trust the
Trust
science.
the science.
Gotta trust the science.
Arrow's got to be good.
Yeah, trust the science. It's trying
So
to keep you
people
safe.
people are going to get worse at hitting their blinkers.
For sure.
Yeah, or they're gonna try to skip tracks.
Right. That's what I mean. They're just going to be
left and
blinkers
right.
are either constantly on, or they're going to go to hit a blinker and they're skipping the tracks and not realize it and still take the turn because who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Is it a
Yeah.
is it a button on the steering wheel side, or
It's like
I
a
think you're gonna have to like swipe?
beautiful capacitive
You
button.
actually.
You swipe which way you're turning.
Right. It's a haptic feedback.
I think
but
that's
you
amazing.
actually have to go through 3 menus to get to the blinker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
it'll
You have
make
to go to
perfect
driving
sense.
controls,
Right.
light menu, and then you can pick your blinker.
Right. Pick which one, and then initiate both thumbs, and that'll
Chaos.
set the blinker.
So, anyways, that's what's happening there. Upgrade a Model 3.
What's the price increase?
I didn't see a price increase.
Wow.
Trying to make those babies cheaper, you know? Take that goddamn world over.
Listen, I get it. He's done a very good job at doing that. But some of the design like choices or the user UX,
The
user,
UI.
Yeah.
well, user interface, but like UX, user experience,
Yep.
not great.
I mean, there are
It
other,
was great before.
There are other changes that I didn't mention on it, but nothing like there's some like different outside shit, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah, some of the UX stuff's a little fucking wonky.
Yeah.
But you can get used to it. I definitely don't think I don't know the big deal getting rid of stocks.
I don't know either. It's one of those
Theoretically,
things-
I'd have to imagine from a manufacturing standpoint, it's going to save some money.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That
Couple
makes
That's the
stocks.
only thing like viable reason, because realistically, they want to sell you a vehicle with nothing.
Right.
That's as close to nothing as possible.
Make stocks an add-on. Make it a $5 add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where, you know, when the Mark 8 GTIs came out and it had just like the touch feed buttons and it was like everyone had a big issue with them. But then like Andrew Miller bought a Mark 8 GTI and like he drives from where he lives to Bridgewater
Yeah. And he's just
every day. And he's like, it took like 2 trips before it was brainless for me just to operate the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I fucking love when you do that. I got more news.
Hit it. It's almost like we've been doing this for like 6 years.
2025 VW GTI.
Oh my god.
It's got there's some pics of it. Got the new camo they have on the little mule is really cool.
The digital.
It's a digital like purpley camo.
Yeah.
Different headlights, taillights, and a larger screen for the 2025. You'll be glad to know it has a Chat GPT powered voice assistant, so it can draw pictures of you.
This is what I was hoping you were going to.
But the new steering wheel controls that don't suck like the touch capacitive ones. So bigger screen, new controls, and the most important, there's no manual option.
Ugh. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think if you're like a journalist that goes on like a drive day and
Yeah.
you get like an hour in the car and you're like, I can't figure these things out, they suck. But according to people who own it or own the vehicle, it's pretty quick to figure out.
Yeah, I think you get used to it,
Yeah.
you know? It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
They just beat you into submission.
I was going to say, isn't what's his name, Klaus, who runs the World Economic Forum?
Klaus Schwab?
Is he German?
He's Austrian, I believe.
Okay. Close enough. You'll have nothing and like it.
Yeah, you eat the bugs.
Yeah.
They're
You
taking.
gonna get that deep in this podcast? I can go. You gonna go?
I'm in.
You let me off the leash right now?
No.
Klaus fucking Schwab?
They're gonna start to take the
What's next,
manual away
Victoria
first.
Nuland? We're gonna
right?
get into this?
Manuals gone, not yours. Nope, you don't like it. Stocks on other cars gone. Take those two.
You'll take the stocks.
Chat GPT in there to listen to your every.
I don't want ChatGPT doing anything in my car.
No. I told you how freaked out I was when you were typing on the computer at work.
Yeah. Yeah, prepare to be freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be generating images in a moment.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? The new Mark 8 GTI is really, really growing on me. I did not like the design
Yeah,
at
I
first.
think it looks good.
Yeah.
This right here, this photo, I don't know if it's whatever, the angle, it looks very tall. It looks more like a CUV to me in that image than a
does look tall.
GTI.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't look that tall to me.
I can see what you're saying, but like having seen many of them in real life, it doesn't look like it's there though.
No, not as much.
I like that.
Are these real photos? Do we know?
These are their press photos. They
Okay.
look real.
Well, these obviously, but the other ones you were looking at. Also, what a creative camo!
It is, yeah.
That's my whole
Like,
point.
is that a real photo?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
You know what?
It's got the light bar from when I was a kid, so it's got to be real. That's the laser background.
It's got the light bar. I ordered it on the internet, and then they sent me a rag instead.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It's fuckers. I have another one. Hold on.
This
Let's
car's
see.
really growing on me.
I got another one here. Is that it? No, never mind. That's ID4 because they're talking about ChatGPT. Never mind.
What the?
I can't think of anything less helpful. The fucking Android voice chat help, and I've used the stupid Apple one.
Yeah.
They've like gotten worse in the past 10 years.
I think everything's gotten worse. I just do.
Yeah,
I just think everything's
you're,
gotten
no,
worse.
You're absolutely right.
People, cars.
Yeah, we've peaked at like.
Yeah.
People.
I mean, these things are supposed to do all this stuff and like answer the world's question, and this can't even fucking read my text message.
Yeah. I'm like,
This is. You're right. You're gonna
Yeah,
build.
we got fucking general intelligence, but it can't fucking read a text message. Sure, bud.
Meanwhile, people are listening to it to make laws.
I can tell this thing to spell something in an image and it can't spell it. It's in fucking quotation marks.
It's because you didn't say it. You weren't binary enough in your explanation.
Dude, it's... Yeah. I think
Speaking of tech,
that's tough. Tough stuff.
speaking of tech, I don't
that's
know
the
why
thing.
I
Is like,
even
is it
switched
more
that.
of a tech podcast or a auto podcast? The way world's going lately.
You know, I've honestly, there's a deep thought mixed in that. I've been struggling with that in my brain when I go to look for news because I'm like, all we fucking do is talk about EVs. That's all there is to talk about. It sucks. I hate it.
I hated it so much. I was like, I'm going so far out of my way to find news. It's not even of this generation.
We're gonna go of the Klaus. We're gonna go the Schwab route.
Yeah.
That's the route
Klaus
we're gonna
Schwab.
go. We're literally gonna go that way.
I mean, I liked... It's funny you mentioned that, Josh, because speaking of my other news,
Okay.
KBB is saying that a record was broken last year. 1.2 million EVs were sold in the US of A.
1.2 million.
Yep.
Well, that number's naturally just going to go up when they're just producing more models of them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, every year is like the fastest, newest, reddest
Yeah,
Ferrari.
and of course it's gonna go up when you're taking away all of our other options as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it no kidding. This is what you're pushing. This is the
Diesels
agenda.
are going down. Who'd
This is
have thought?
the agenda you're pushing.
Yeah, the fucking agenda.
Agenda.
Yeah, that they're pushing over there.
The planned reset.
A great
70%
agenda.
less wagons this year. It's like, yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
3 ever produced.
No option. I got one more thing.
Fire away.
Then I can be done. Small crossovers are catching up to big trucks among Americans in sales numbers. The RAV4 was the 4th best-selling vehicle in America this year, behind the Ram 1500 is 3rd, the Chevy Silverado 2nd, and the Ford F-150 was 1st. The Ram only beat the RAV4 by 10,000 units. I do declare, if they counted at the end of the year how many were left on the roads, the RAV4 would have won.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Left on the road or without a suspended registration.
Right.
You're
You're gonna
10,000? That's fucking kids' game.
You're
for
going to
Ram
lose a
1500.
solid 45 to 55% of those Rams.
Yeah,
right
although
off
we
the
do
bat.
know the Ram 2500 is the number 1 vehicle in America for drunk driving.
Ford drunk. The 2500, that's a big vehicle.
I was going to say.
That's a lot of mass.
I haven't spent a decent amount of time behind the wheel of one. That's a lot of truck.
Dare I say those alcoholics are thinking forward, knowing they're going to hit something.
Hey, not a great place to be impaired, though, if I'm honest.
Big truck, probably a nice big seat.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like your couch,
I need
probably
to
a
be
lot of cup
comfy and
holders.
safe.
Yeah.
So,
Flowing down
so
the
when
road,
I
bud.
fucking inevitably hit something.
But that's that's not really surprising. I see RAV4s and CRVs everywhere all the time.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a transparent infotainment screen
Where?
made of Swarovski crystals.
Oh, from Rhode Island.
Is really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where?
Yeah.
That's our greatest contribution to the world.
I think we know somebody who works
Swarovski
there. Doesn't he
crystals.
work there? I can't remember.
Different.
What's
He's a different
what's his
jeweler?
full name?
I didn't want to blow up his spot.
Oh, I
that's
know
why.
what you're talking about. My man Jerry Perez.
Perez out there. According to the Continental, the self-illuminating pixels offer much greater brightness, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, is this not in a car? This
Crystal-
is
this
just some
looks like
technology
just
a
a-
tire
yeah.
company made?
Yeah, because I think, wasn't there that big tech show this week or something?
CES.
CES was this week. Isn't CES just on the internet now?
I saw Spaghetti Ferretti was there in person. He was talking about some like helmet of the future.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, dude. I can't keep up.
What helmet?
So,
Didn't pay attention. It just doesn't interest me enough to really kind of dive in.
This
This is
thing-
Honda's biggest blunder.
this thing in particular.
What is going on?
Honda Zero Series EV concept, looking straight out of Star Wars.
Which Star Wars? The bad one?
This photo,
That's weird.
Yeah.
That looks like that doesn't look like Star Wars. That looks like iRobot. Doesn't that iRobot-y?
the thing is, I don't dislike that.
Are those Daytons? They just get the mesh going the wrong way.
What?
No, those are the things that you put pasta on and make the noodles with. You put the pasta and you rub it
Oh,
with
that's
a
where you
roller
put. That's
pin.
where you put the Play-Doh
That's
through.
what, right, exactly. That's what it looks like.
A little pasta fajoule.
Yeah, this thing.
So you're into
is-
this?
I wouldn't say into it.
You did.
Yeah, no, you did.
I
You
don't
literally-
dislike it.
Hey, play it back.
I
Play it
don't,
back.
I don't. I think I don't dislike it. The front is weird. The front's a little weird.
Whole thing's
The
weird.
front's
bud.
weird?
That
It
looks
gets
like
real
a.
weird right
It looks
there.
like a Hoover vacuum. Or that terrible. That looked like the terrible French car.
It's got a yoke. I don't like that. Haptic feedback and touchscreen on the seats for the rear.
What's that? Why?
I don't know.
What do you? What could you do in the rear that you need feedback on a seat?
You know what? No stops.
Is that like a side profile picture of someone in the top of the headrest?
This right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is that a Susan B. Anthony dollar?
It's a silhouette
So weird.
of Susan herself.
Maybe she's involved in the project.
Intended as the flagship of the Zero Series, the Saloon sits on a dedicated EV platform designed to be spacious, low, and wide. It uses sustainable materials throughout. Oh, great, another mushroom car. An interior that continues Honda's tradition of
You will
ease
eat
of use.
the bugs.
That's I'm telling you, man. This is the way we're going. Ease of use, new steer by wire, which is an interesting concept that a bunch of people complain about because the Cybertruck is like that. However, I think Jason Camisa informed everybody, hey, all aircrafts are steer by wire. Big aircrafts.
That doesn't make me feel better.
No.
Commercial aircraft.
Yeah, you don't really. There's not a lot to hit up there. As long as it doesn't steer down by wire.
As long as
you're
the
fine.
door doesn't come
They're
off,
not
we're good.
That wasn't a door. That was a plug they put where the door should go because
Right.
they wanted 2 extra seats on the plane.
Yeah, then it took the door.
No
with
big
it.
deal.
It's fine. They
It's
know,
fine.
There was like another 17 airplanes that they
Yeah,
were like, hey, don't fly those.
Those extra 2 passengers is really worth the safety risk.
Somebody lost a phone apparently as well. Let's see. Steer by wire with motion control management. The seats feature posture control that uses learnings from Honda's experience in robotics, while Aero, you can't even sit the way you want.
Dude, that plane door that popped off, they said some kid's T-shirt came off him.
Yeah.
How the fuck would that happen?
I want to see
Do you
it.
ride on a plane like this?
right. Like a roller coaster.
What the fuck?
Just
Like,
ride with your arms up.
Plenty of stuff.
once the
Your-
door comes
hey,
off.
your
Just
shoes
like-
blow off. How would your
Or
shirt
does
get
it
blown
Just
off?
like come off
Or
like that.
that's the thing. Or is it like the Home Depot episode where Home Depot?
Oh, you think it? You think
Home
it was wearing
Improvement
a
episode.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan shirt?
Right. It just rips forward. Yeah. Like when
Kid
Tim,
could have been yoked up, just flexed it off.
Tim Allen gets his shirt caught in a lathe and just goes. Thump.
Yeah.
It's that exact. It's that exact thing. Just
I
on
see a
plane.
lot of stuff going off the side. I don't see someone's T-shirt.
That poor kid. He should lawyer up. Definitely lawyer up. The seats
I don't even think you
feature-
have to in that regard. I think like, how much money you want?
Yeah. Hey, look, it's our fault. The seats feature posture control that uses learnings from Honda's experience in robotics, while Aero is said to use learnings from the company's racing expertise, including Formula One. Oh, what is that one?
That's the one you really want, Josh.
That's another one.
That's a suppository.
Yes, that is anally inserted.
Oh, that's called the Space Hub. Wow.
Sure.
Using
Oh, look at that conversation pit.
what? You know what these seats look like? Seats on a fucking like San Francisco bus.
That looks like Clockwork Orange.
That's two. Yeah.
That's great. What else is happening in
Look
there?
at this lady's enjoying it. Looking outside, they don't look scared at all.
Oh, is that outside? I've never seen that before.
Why are they not in normal clothing either?
They're in space boots. What do you
Space
roll over
clothes.
and you
It's
fucking
space
learn the
clothing.
meaning of
Space clothes.
glass shards?
If somebody invited me in the space, what is it, Space Hub?
The
Yeah.
Space Hub.
Space Hub.
Yeah, I'm not wearing normal clothes in
Yeah,
there.
you have to wear space
You know what I
clothes.
mean?
Right. I'm going for a run in the Space Hub. Hold
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
Let me get my
Let me
finest
get
aluminum
something
foil.
shiny. Yeah.
Yeah, why do I got that laces to my knees?
EVs in the Zero Series will be created using a new design and engineering approach for both previous Honda products and other competing EVs. Technical
Look at
details.
the rear diffuser on that little fucker.
That's wild.
This guy's got deep in the diffusers.
Wait, is that at the Tokyo Auto Salon?
built for speed.
Probably.
No.
Pete's
Or
probably
is that
drove
at
it.
CES?
I think it's CES. Yeah, because this is like
The Honda Saloon. Never mind. It's called the Honda.
yeah,
Saloon.
CES show. Yeah, that the weird looking one that I said I liked is the saloon, and then this is the Space Hub. Looks a little free candy.
I don't know why Honda is not going to learn from like other manufacturers' mistakes of like trying to make this side piece EV line that's got to be named weird, look weird,
Right? Why can't you
and just
make,
be like a different sub brand? Why just make an electric Honda Pilot?
or like right? Hey, here's this Ridgeline
Yeah.
that we used sustainable materials,
Yeah.
and it's EV.
Yeah.
And has some cool features.
And it's a Honda Ridgeline. And at least people at that point can relate to it.
Well, remember
Right.
the little city cars they made that were super cool looking?
yeah.
Like, just make them cool looking.
Does this whole rear illuminate when you hit the brakes?
I feel like they plug
Probably.
into each other.
They dock.
They dock. They definitely
They
dock.
dock.
They do.
They do the UPS dock.
I think that back iris is open.
right, like a blossom,
Yeah.
I think it opens like a lens of a camera where it like
Yeah.
like the aperture just
Yeah.
spins open.
Yeah.
Like
that
the
would be
knot on
very
like
yeah.
the knot on a balloon.
Yeah, it's
not on a balloon. Yeah.
gotta look real close. Is that a balloon knot or a chewed piece of gum? I'm not quite sure.
That's how I think that would open anyway.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I'd love to see it.
Very phallic. Hold on, what else do I have? Honda Zero. Here's a good one. There are only 20 brown 2023 Corvette Z06s.
That's brown?
That's brown. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a nice red.
You're colorblind, right?
Very.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's not a very good brown.
No, it's
Let's
a
put
little
it that
orangey.
way.
Yeah.
That's not attractive. That's doo-doo brown for sure.
it's,
Some Luke doo-doo
it's,
brown.
yeah, it's definitely
Some
poo,
Miami base level doo-doo brown right there.
really?
definitely poo brown.
Oh.
I would, yeah,
I
Corey,
would
that's,
call it like a nice like Merlot.
Okay. I see it. I see it.
it's like
it's
a
mixed
40,
in
that's
there,
like a
for sure.
45-year-old Merlot, dude.
It's a little bit of dirt in it. You know?
That is some, that's
A
some,
little bit of
that's brown.
It's a Merlot after a heavy steak.
I wonder why they didn't sell any. This is gross.
Merlot after a heavy steak.
The next gen Mercedes-Benz operating system has an AI virtual assistant, as we talked about. We're going to continue down along this path.
No.
We don't need it while driving.
You won't
I
be
didn't have to
driving.
get to work.
You won't be driving along.
I
That's
just
the
fucking
thing.
think can't read my text messages. What the fuck is
And it's
AI gonna do?
It's gonna
Yeah.
fucking drive me everywhere.
It's gonna
What's it,
predict.
what do you need virtually assisted when you're in your car? I mean, all you need to do is send text messages.
Yeah.
Play music. Right. That's
Mine's never done that.
mine.
Yeah.
Mine. Apple CarPlay does. It actually works really good.
The play music feature?
Yeah. Like I
Must
can
be
tell
my
it
accent.
play blah 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 on blah blah blah, and it pops
No.
it right up.
That's the fucking
No,
craziest
it
thing.
doesn't.
I've
No, I
ever
swear, I'm not kidding.
heard. Why would you lie to all of us?
You lie to all of us.
We're fucking adult men.
And all 17 people listening right now.
No, there's no way that works.
Why are you fibbing? Why are you making up lies? No, it does. Yeah. Like I could go out there, plug it in.
I'll be like play action Bronson. It'll be like now playing ELL, Mr. Sun. It's like, what are you doing? How are you doing that?
I can actually get pretty specific with songs as well.
I'll tell him to play System of a Down's first album, and it'll play like the fucking ELO. Just keep playing ELO.
Shania Twain.
It starts off with a
Carman can. Mercedes wipers on high.
right. Lights off. Turn the lights off. Lights on.
Start vehicle.
Yeah.
Reverse.
It says one of the most obvious upgrades from the old to new is the MBUX virtual assistant, which makes use of generative AI and a proprietary large language model to provide more natural speech feedback and conversations, detailed suggestions based on routines and moods that will echo the driver's.
Do you have to shit, Chuck? When you're driving by your favorite Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
Did you see the color of that Corvette? It really looks like shit.
It's crazy. Kyle, does
Would you like me to go in park now?
Does BMW have anything this far along?
Yeah, they have that stupid concept they keep flaunting.
And not that I know of.
So no, I mean, as far as like vehicles on the road currently, like what's the most like technological thing in there? Is it just still like a screen?
I don't know. I feel like
you
there's
get
a lot
the
going on in
the 7
XM.
Series with like the 38-inch screen that goes across the top.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Have you seen one of those?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
I've been in one of those.
What happens during
have,
a
like,
crash?
They have little cool things like in those 7 Series when you get in, if you just touch the brake, it'll close the door for you because it knows you're like ready to drive. You're gonna start it. You don't have to pull your door shut.
Peasant stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That's cool.
I have
So
two.
the BMW anti-Italian gesture controls.
Yeah.
Dude, I finally turned them off yesterday.
In his car.
I've turned them off in my car.
Okay.
Dennis will never turn his off. There's no fucking reason that me putting my hand in front of the volume knob and spinning it should turn it up.
Yeah.
You just give it a little twist.
Right, you go an
that.
extra inch and
I
physically.
shouldn't have to do this motion to go forward.
Yeah.
Don't point that thing at me.
Why-
bud.
why-
Whoa!
No, that's gonna be
That thing's loaded?
the next iteration. They're getting rid of the stocks. You have to fucking jerk off to the left and right.
It works right
Turn your
now.
blinker on.
It works way better than the assistant. Play the next track. What?
Tim had the best thing earlier. He said, we're just going back to using your arms.
Yeah,
Right.
for signals.
the
It's
window,
basically wow. That's a
Like the-
yeah. I have two more bits of news. One, I'm really going to bring the house down, and two, that will hopefully save us. But everybody out there, everybody loves will.i.am and his car antics. He wants to turn your Mercedes EV into a musical instrument.
I want someone to turn will.i.am into a fucking Mercedes EV so I don't have to listen to him anymore.
Your next EV might help.
Well, hold on. There's got to be something set up here because this gentleman, Brett T. Evans, has written every single one of these articles.
Listen, I'm not going to lie
He's
to
a
you.
busy guy. He's really trying to.
This is what I think's happening with will.i.am. I think he's got some fucking secret island somewhere, and he's luring car executives out there and blackmailing him to allow them to build these cars. Because how? None of them's ever been successful.
Yeah.
Mercedes once again teamed up with will.i.am.
How's it possible? What's he have on Mercedes? He's got to have something on
He's
him.
got to have something.
He's got to have something crazy.
For the CES.
I want will.i.am's client list.
He's got some files from the island.
He's never mind. I can't.
What I'm saying is will.i.am didn't kill himself. What does he have on these
if
guys?
that ever happened, if it was the
How
involved,
does Mercedes keep bringing him back? Why?
They keep falling for it.
He hasn't done anything.
really, like what
He
pictures?
said he makes all these things and everybody gets a laugh. Like there's never an article that's like, "Well, can't wait for will.i.am's car." Everybody's just like, "How the fuck is he back?"
He must go to them and be like, guys, listen, last
No,
time
he's
didn't-
got someone's family in his basement.
last
He's
time
somebody's
didn't work
cousin.
out, but I got one this time.
I got it this time.
I really got the idea. Yeah, this idea was for them to team up and turn vehicle inputs in-car signals to musical expressions, with the aim of turning the car into a virtual musical
He
instrument.
can't make good music on a normal instrument.
How much does this guy work?
Why do they have this guy playing car as an
The car
instrument?
has AI, so he probably just asked the car to make good music.
The technology reacts to driving behavior, braking, acceleration, steering inputs, and energy recuperation.
We got to do deep dive into how will.i.am still exists in this
Listen,
world.
he's not worth enough to be doing this stuff.
He's not even in music anymore. How's he in cars?
Right. The only will.i.am news is when he makes a shitty car.
It just doesn't make any sense. Or did he get some contract with them back when the Black Eyed Peas were like big? And
Right.
they're like, we'll sign you up. What do you need? A 30-year
I
contract?
was just going to say it's a
Welcome
30-year
aboard there, Chief.
30-year deal.
You think they just lock the door when it comes?
Let's see. The car takes all those driver inputs, interprets them, and turns them into little tunes and ditties. The system debuted at the same time as the automaker's MB.OS software, but SoundDrive will be available on today's Benzes as well as a future model. I sampled it at CES, and I was surprised how fun and enjoyable the system was. When waiting at a stop sign or idling around a parking lot, SoundDrive plays a simple bass or percussion line. As your speed increases, new layers get added to the musical staff, with melodies, harmonies, and vocals appearing in succession. The music
Sounds like you hit 150.
the music crescendos once you reach the speed limit, meaning it won't necessarily encourage drivers to go faster than it is prudent. But it does make for a neat little party trick.
When you hit
around
the speed
town.
limit, does it turn the music off? You gotta stay above it. It's like Speed. It's like a scarier premise than Speed. If you go under 65 miles an hour, Will.i.am's music starts playing.
This is what you have to listen
So
to.
if you keep it over 65, we're gonna be fucking fine. I literally jump out.
I would have written this article too if someone paid me to.
During MBUX SoundDrive's media-only introduction, Will.i.am said
It's
that
so
the
close
system,
to MB sucks as well. I mean,
That's
it's
true.
Oh, the whole thing's
the
unbelievable.
system would be the most significant change to how people appreciate music in their cars. It opens up a whole new way to create sound design. It's no longer a 2-minute experience. It's multi-dimensional.
Hey, I can't text and drive, but I can fucking make music with hit my blinkers on
Right.
speed on the highway.
Right. Let me
Give me T9 back.
let me fucking record this album on my drive to
Boom,
work.
bing. Boom, boom, bing. You gotta stay over 65, or else Will.i.am's vocals come on.
It's Speed the
Here we
musical.
come.
That's what
Here
it
we
is.
go.
It's Speed the musical.
I would, I cruise that thing to a gas station, dude.
I don't think I
Full
want my
speed
car
into a
just
pump.
making noises on its own like that.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like it's,
No, if
Usually
I
when your
wanted
car's
that,
making a sound, you're like, "What's that?"
yeah, if
It's
I wanted
early
that,
in the
buy a
morning.
Chevy or something, you know.
it's early in the morning. Like you're just kind of waking up. Like, all right, my commute to work, and then
You're in a
you start moving. It's a fucking
you're in a
full
red light, like what the fuck?
AI is controlling the volume, so it doesn't give a fuck what you
Here
want.
we come. Here we go.
All right, my
You
last.
hit 55. I got a feeling. No.
Gee, you're stuck.
Stop it.
Right, you're stuck in highway speed traffic, but you're doing like 55.
I might do a deep dive. I might have to fly somewhere, do some investigation as to
Right.
how Will.i.am is still involved in anything.
I get a microphone, pen and a pad. We'll send you off. We can get some info.
It could be dangerous.
He's like the CEO of some like
I think
Digital-
Mercedes Benz.
some like digital like technology company now.
Sure.
So unless that's the same one that Mercedes uses for their stuff.
That was probably formed just for that. Yeah.
Will.i.am.
Well, in more terrible EV news, the Hyundai NPX1 is a race-ready Ioniq 5N. This could not. I like the Ioniq 5N. I like the way that looks. We've talked about that multiple times. Of the EVs and stuff, it looks pretty decent.
So
Cool-
they put a
some-
GTI top on it.
some cool lights. No, they basically just affixed what looks to be, these are kind of silhouette images of a Rubbermaid.
That's a Home Depot
Bumper kit, yeah.
garage protector.
What is that stuff you put down when you're building the garden? Like the edging?
Yeah. It's
They
a
put
beautiful
edging
Yep. Looks like they
around.
lit it, which is nice.
So Hyundai is about to make the Ioniq 5N even more exciting, debuting at 2024 Tokyo Auto
We got a man
Simulator
on the
this
ground
week.
over there.
The NPX1 will be a race-ready version of the high-performance EV, at least what these revealing teasers hint at. That's all I got. Could be cool.
I got a feeling.
I honestly couldn't have said like one line to one of his songs before you started singing them.
Well, that's because you don't hang around with my brother-in-law enough, who used to fucking love those guys.
Big Will.i.am fan.
Big Black Eyed Peas guys. Big Fergie guy. I wish Fergie was making cars. Those would be fun. Little speed powder in the glove box.
No, AI just pushes it out of the vents. Like just pss, pss, right here.
It's like the Subaru with the built-in vape
Right.
center.
Yeah, the smells.
You just hit the ever should try that. And if you hit the emergency buttons on a WRX, it just vapes the whole car out.
Yeah.
Cupcake.
Oh my god.
One fun news.
Funner than Will.i.am.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
But still music related.
yeah.
Who saw that Cameron's iconic pink Range Rover is being sold?
Really?
Yeah.
Killer
So-
Cam?
Killer Cam.
He's gonna get a little cashola going?
Bought this Range Rover 2003.
Yep.
Had it painted pink.
Absolutely.
Pink leather interior. It was in a few music videos. I know you've seen it. It's being sold on Facebook Marketplace now for $16,000.
The interior of that thing has seen some sex.
The thing is it has seen both sides.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Top, bottom, whatever side you want, buddy.
Bright pink exterior, bright pink interior.
16 sounds like a deal. That's like a Wienermobile deal.
Yeah. Sold by a seller in Georgia on Facebook Marketplace. Secondhand vehicle, listed price $16,000. Reportedly has driven over 100,000 miles. That's a long.
Can't have places to be.
Yeah.
Dipset's not waiting for nobody.
Yeah. He sold the car back in 2004, so he legitimately hasn't owned it in 20 years.
Oh, that's a
Wow,
bummer.
And it's been getting
crazy.
passed around ever since. He owned it for less than a year.
I mean, talk about owning a piece of musical history.
Really.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
It was featured in Get 'Em Girls and Kill a Cam.
To be honest, that should end up at the Peterson.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's one of
Absolutely.
the comments was like, a museum's got to step up and write the check.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
He was
I
quoted
think
as
that guy's
saying,
maybe that'd be nice. It can really mix up Newport Museum.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say I got just their next
Cameron's
next
joining
theme.
there.
Next theme can be
Rapmobiles.
yeah.
this is a direct quote, not my words. When I drive it, it's a headache.
Well, I mean, it's a Range
Right?
Rover.
Is that
My driver be signing autograph is he's in there himself. No matter who's driving. If they are in that car, you're a star. If your grandmother got in the driver's seat, she's going to be signing autograph. It just attracts attention. That's why I put it in the video.
Yo, I bet a bunch of people's grandmothers have been in a seat in that car, but
Yeah.
wasn't in the front.
Yeah.
they've been in the front, the back?
There's like great photos of it, both recent and non-recent photos. I mean, it's a good color pink. I give it to him. It's a good color pink.
What shade of pink would you call that?
I call it bubblegum.
Okay.
I call it bubblegum. And you know why I call it bubblegum?
Tell me why.
Because someone else described it as bubblegum.
Fair.
$16,000 though. I'm telling you, it's in Georgia. If you want it, get after it. That's where
Shocked
it
that
is.
it's in Georgia.
That's where it is there in Georgia. And then my other little thing here that I got. Let's see. Oh no, did I just close two?
I just made the most unbelievable title graphic
Oh
we've
no,
ever
how do I
seen.
Control Z?
Oh my god.
God, this guy's wearing ladies' pants.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I got it right here. So, no, I closed a tab. What an idiot.
What did you do?
I closed a tab that I had for something I wanted to read. Is it here? There we go. All right, here we go. So, back in 1962, there was indoor drag racing in Chicago. Who's seen this?
I've not seen this.
There's been photos floating around the internet as of recent for some
Indoor
reason.
drag racing?
Indoor drag racing.
I love that so much. But hold on. Matt Wood, Jordan's mother, been in the back seat. $5. Thank you.
Wow. I'm happy we got that in there. Let me record that. Thank you, Matt Wood. Appreciate it very much. Also, thank you, Jordan's mother. Appreciate you. Anyway, back in Chicago, 1962. Picture it this way. You're indoors at an amphitheater, right? This amphitheater is housed, Ringling Circus, the Chicago Auto Show, music concerts such as Elvis and the Beatles. And then now, it's December of 1962, and now we're drag racing in it.
I'm here for it.
It's paradise, dude.
Here's the thing. The lanes, 60 feet wide. So
60 feet wide?
doesn't specify if it's 60 feet wide per or 60 feet wide for both cars.
I would think for both.
I'm thinking for both, right? But 440 feet long. That's it.
It's not enough.
That's not
Space race.
You know
So,
what? I'll yeah.
440
it's enough. It's fine. You're
enough.
inside.
Is the 16th, right? Because a quarter's 1320. Yeah. So 440 is a 16th mile. They're doing 16th mile races here.
They're doing brake checks. They're doing brake tests.
The good news is that there's a 660-foot runoff, like at the end. So you got to shut it down at 440.
You rip the chute, you get 660 feet.
The chute. These guys are running 62 Plymouths, 58 Pontiacs. Like, this guy set the record of a top ET of 5.68. So, like, I guess for indoors, you're moving, right? You're cruising inside. But indoor drag racing, there's a whole page here of just like photos, and there's more photos of like, I mean, it's insane. that this was even happening. It was described as like driving on ice. The best part is you staged outside.
I love
That makes sense.
Then you would roll in, wet tires and all. You would do your race, 440 feet. You would have, I think it's 660 feet to shut it down, and then you would exit the building at speed.
Wow.
Into
So the whole race is covered, and then the whole runoff is outside.
the runoff is
Good luck,
outside.
yeah.
And they still limited it to 600 feet.
600 feet.
Love that.
Now, it seems like this really only happened twice. The first event was a huge success. However, in like a year and a half later, January 5th, 1964, they did the second event, and that was it from there. Dude, it just like Google like indoor drag racing.
I mean, what's the floor look like? It's not paved.
No, it's think of like not a polished concrete, but it is paved.
Oh, wow. There's
Okay.
a YouTube video of it.
Yeah. There is, Josh, if you're interested, if you go to jalopyjournal.com.
So really trying to get close to Jalopnik.
Yeah. They've got a ton of photos. It'd be cool to bring up. It's insane. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see this today.
That kind of reminds me, as I type this, indoor drag racing, of this kind of the same vein. We've talked about it many times, and I've said I've always wanted to go. The Race of Gentlemen is back this year
Oh, really?
in Wildwood, New Jersey. It's back. It's
Wow,
in
Wildwood's
October.
really becoming a
Too close not to
hotspot.
go.
Yeah, it's you can get there about 5 hours.
So this building was built in Chicago, like I had just said. Built 1934. Lost my spot for a second. Intended to host the International Livestock Exhibition. So I mean, this was a place that you would go and buy like cattle, and now we're running our drag cars through it.
Right over the manure.
Right. Yeah. But it was concrete or pavement. I don't really know. But yeah, 660-foot shutdown area that required them to exit the building, still at speed, through a set of roll-up truck doors. Dude, fucking unbelievable. As you see in the photos, not everyone made it unscathed. It's cool. Look it up. There's a ton of photos for this. Josh just said YouTube video. I can't imagine there's too much other than like just photos and people talking about it, but it's definitely worth checking out. Blew my mind. I saw it floating around somewhere online. I was like, I got to dive into this more. I got to know more about this. But like, there's a photo here and like this handwriting on it. It said like Bill Shade's Chicago. Jeez, my eyesight. I shouldn't have gotten that LASIK. Bill Shade's Chicago Auto Racing presents world's only indoor drag, Chicago International Amphitheater. Wayne Bryant. Yeah, I mean, it's just a totally like stoved in car being towed out by what looks to be an equally ratty tow truck.
Love that.
Dude, there's hay bales everywhere. Dude,
Everybody knows
awesome.
hay bales are pretty much foolproof ways to make
Fully
stuff.
stop a
so
4,000
safe.
pound car. Yeah.
I mean, use it as backstops when we go shooting.
Yeah. It's
right
great.
in the basement.
Definitely check it out. It's cool. But what's the last thing I have? Oh, last thing I have here. Gunther from Haas F1 team. You know him as the most lovable character on the series Drive to Survive. He is leaving his role with Haas as team principal, aka I believe he was fired. And then a gentleman, I believe it's Ayo Kamatsu. It's Ayao.
Hey, yo.
Ayo Kamatsu, who was an engineer for Haas, has been promoted to team principal. So good luck to him. It's a bummer for Gunther. I really don't think there's anywhere for him to go from here.
Yet.
What do you think? Where do you think he's going to go?
Aren't the Americans building a team?
They are, but they need...
Putting a team together.
Listen, obviously the guy knows something. To get to that position in F1, like you have to be able to achieve something.
You want to sell tickets and merch, or do you want to?
You know, just F around all day.
Right.
I don't know if he was held because he was such like a staple character in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Was he more of a marketing ploy or an actual race manager?
I say this because like the last season of Drive to Survive opened up with like a standalone scene of Gunther and I believe Mateus the guy from Ferrari with the glasses, who no
Yeah.
longer is even there, driving together to go get wine.
In
like,
the little, yeah.
and it's like, this has nothing to do with F1, but these characters are so lovable that like they're definitely hanging their hat on the fact that people want to see them.
But that was more Netflix, not necessarily the team. Or is the team,
For sure,
you're just
but,
saying
like,
by default the
He's-
team is doing
it's-
that?
he is a representation of Haas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and like Matt was putting right there, like he's done so many things, but like, is it just past his time? You know, he's been in F1
Right.
since the Jaguar days. You know, he said he ran the NASCAR Red Bull F1 team. Like he's done a ton of stuff, but is it just kind of passed him by? Sometimes you age out. You know,
Right.
has he aged out? So
Yeah. No,
peace out, Gunther.
It's going to be interesting to see where he lands, if he lands somewhere.
Ayo is going to be
He's taking over.
taking over, but see you later, Gunther.
Just
I'm gonna get banned from ChatGPT trying to make
I'm looking at some of these
trying to make a
images
picture of Will I Am's factory.
that we're going to use.
I'm getting
for-
a lot of I'm sorry I can't fulfill this request.
I mean, to be to be fair, we talk a lot of shit about Chat GPT and AI not being in cars. I mean, we're using it for our thumbnails. It does serve a purpose. Thumbnails, fine.
Dude, the
driving
one
my
I
car?
Just got is as close as I
No.
can get.
Dude, oh my god, I don't know how. There's
At some point, you got to know when to call it. You know.
right, exactly.
Sometime there's gonna be a point where you know you have the perfect cover graphic for your Will I Am
And you don't
podcast.
have to push any further. There is one thing I wanted to note coming out because
Good.
it's going to be very interesting. But there's, as of 10 hours ago, earlier today, Netflix / NASCAR
So tight.
has revealed that Netflix is going to do a NASCAR docuseries. So I'm just assuming very similar to Drive to Survive, in that same vein, I'd imagine.
I'm ready. Toothless men and saggy titties. I am in.
Right, because in Drive to Survive, it does show a lot of the fandom.
Yeah.
So if it shows a lot of the fandom on this, you're going to get real buck wild.
Yeah, it's good people watching.
Yeah, so that's coming out. I think it's coming out this year. I forget what it said, but I'm sure the Luce's Fast Boys will dive into that. And
No,
talk more
I'm
about
sure
that.
it'll be worth a watch.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure it will be entertaining at the very least. Speaking of entertaining, do we have any more news? Are we good?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
I had to really strive to talk about Cameron in an indoor drag race in the 60s.
Cameron's worth it.
Well, your point. Now I get it. You said your point. Like the news is so bad, and I don't want to talk about EVs so often. You had to go back deep. That was a good back deep.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you
I mean,
see
yeah, big news.
Michael Jordan's 850?
I
did
did
see
actually.
that,
Yes,
yeah.
for sale.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Michael Jordan, listen, like, honestly, we could do an entire episode on Michael Jordan's cars.
His cars in the what the hell is it called? Jesus Christ.
Last Dance?
Last Dance. His Porsche Turbo.
The 993?
Yeah. It just in the license plate, everything about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this guy gets it.
Yeah. He lives a fuck you attitude.
He absolutely does.
I'm trying to see how many
And I took that seriously. That's what, everything he does, he takes seriously.
how many times can I write more Will I Am in a ChatGPT before it's like I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah. You've had enough, Will I Am.
It's told me no a lot, if I'm being honest. But it just keeps getting better.
But no, I really had to strive for that that last little bit there.
Yeah. No, it was good. I like that. I'm gonna look at some of those videos after.
Yeah, definitely check them out. I mean, I found it to be super interesting. I did not watch the videos, I will say. I just looked at the photos and read like a pretty long write-up of the whole
description
thing.
of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
what
know,
magnum opus it'll be.
it is when you want to do something bad enough, you're gonna figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
They want to, race some cars.
Yeah, in the off-season, baby.
Yeah, make it
Line
happen.
them up.
Make it happen. So, speaking of make it happen, it's been some time since our friend Kyle joined us. It's probably 3+ years, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably. I think
Like
it was
that?
2020.
Yeah, something like that. Right, because we were in the old studio amidst all the chaos, and you were still gracious enough to join us with the
Yeah, of course.
looming what did they say? A year of death. And
Oh, the winter of
destruction.
death?
Winter of death,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it was. Anyway, since then, we know you're a hell of a BMW tech. We've took a deep dive into Chuck's M5 and kind of what was behind that.
Yep.
You're very familiar with Sulev.
It's the best.
Corey explains it to us frequently.
Sulev is truly king. It really
It's
is.
my best friend. You know?
It continues to just really, show how far some things can go.
Yeah.
In a positive direction for once, instead of being very, very let down by a car manufacturer.
Totally up to snuff, too.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. For another 1 year plus 9, 21 months and like 21,000 miles. I'm gonna go right in. I'm gonna just.
I'm getting you everything you can get on this. If you bring it in, I'm looking for the stuff.
Yeah.
T Page in the chat real quick. Tyro Page, thank you for the donation. He writes E36 to an air cooled Beetle is an upgrade. ... Right, buddy. I appreciate your donation. No, not in any way, shape, or form would I consider that an upgrade.
But anyway, yeah, back to Sulev. Obviously, you've been a giant help with that. Obviously, you've helped out with Chuck's engine swap there. Being at BMW Norwood, the Sulev warranty has been a gift that just keeps giving. And I continue to just wring every single last drop out of it that I can.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't know about it. There are other brands that have Sulev cars too.
So that's why I wanted to ask you about, like, is it like do you see these cars often?
Every day, yeah.
So
Oh, you
you're
do?
working
There
on
is that
Sulev
many.
cars?
Sulev cars all the time. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Do the customers know, or do you have to?
A lot of them
inform
don't know.
Okay.
So they won't even because we get a lot of recalls on like 1 Series, old 3 Series, E90. A lot of those cars are Sulev. They'll come in like the valve cover's leaking. I'm like, hey, let's just take care of this for this guy
Yep.
because I'll get paid for it. He won't have to pay for it. Everybody's happy.
Makes a customer way more happy.
Right. Then maybe he'll buy the tires.
I was gonna say it's an easy way to retain them.
Right.
And it's not anything grimy.
It's not.
You're just doing legit what you can do, which is good.
Yeah, almost anything that'll turn your check engine light on, probably covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Definitely is. Yeah. It's and the most recent one really started out because some of them, when I have an issue, I'm fishing for like, hey, is this going to be covered? Most recently, I reached out to you. It's like, hey, man, like, not last winter, the winter before, I did these coil packs and they failed again already. Like, what's the deal? And he was like, sounds like an emissions problem.
Wait, you've been paying for those?
I did, yeah. 2 winters ago. 2 winters ago, I did all 6 plugs and all 6 coil packs because I was having one misfire, so I replaced them all. And I used like, I don't know, FCPs, like OE replacement, whatever it was. And they were good, but like I don't drive that much. I mean, it's probably, I'd say, under 20,000 miles between those. Me doing them and then you just replacing them again. So,
right.
I was definitely surprised to see them fail so soon. But
yeah,
it's OEM or bust, right?
That's it.
That's it. They're updated. The ones I put in there are updated too.
Updated. What's so special about them?
I don't know. They're a different color.
Oh,
what
shit.
colors?
Yeah, they're black, dude.
All right.
There you go. Maybe get
The
another
old ones were
20,000
silver,
miles
right?
out of them before I go back to your replacement.
There's like a
Yeah.
metal shield on them now. They're not all rubber,
Oh, really? Okay, so the
it's
ones
good
I put in, you saw were all like a kind of a pliable rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they still make the?
Oh yeah, of course.
The
The old,
little
the old
pop.
sucky noise.
Yeah.
If you're lucky,
Yeah.
if it doesn't stay in there.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. You gotta just pull. You gotta pull it out just right.
Pull 'em
Yeah.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So not only have you been, working your way through the Sulev catalog, but you've taken up fabrication. I don't think we talked much about fab stuff while
Last time
you
we
were
didn't
here
know.
last
I
time.
mean, I had pretty much just bought the welder and made one pan, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this thing.
So that's the thing. Like at that time, how much welding have you done to buying a welder?
One pan.
Okay. So,
I bought the welder to do this. I had never TIG welded before.
wow. So you started with the actual intent of like, I'm building pans. In
Yeah,
order to do
well-
that, I need a welder.
Kind of. I knew I wanted to learn how to weld regardless. That was probably my favorite part about putting cars together was like intercooler piping or an exhaust or something. So I was like, I got to stop paying people for this.
Yep.
I just got to get a welder and learn how to do it.
There was a bit of motivation.
Yeah.
Right. For your own stuff.
And then like doing this swap on my E30, I was like, the oil pan option sucks. It hangs super low. It's cast aluminum. People crack them all the time.
Yep.
I'm like, let me try and make an oil pan. It's got to be easy. It's a box.
So what was your
It's gonna be
a
easy.
big rectangle.
Yeah.
So what was your, checklist, if you will, when developing the pan? And in particular, let's start with what does this oil pan cover?
All right, this is going to do most 24 valve E30 engine swaps because all those engines usually come E36 or E46 and they're rear sump. And then you need to convert it to a front sump to clear the subframe and the steering rack in an E30. So that's number one. Needs to be front sump. 2 was like choosing a material. Aluminum's the best. For oil pans, it'll dissipate heat the fastest, is the lightest. Unless you're going to make a titanium oil pan, which is
Not very cost effective.
crazy, yeah. It needed to be more shallow, but have more capacity. So it doesn't hang below like the subframe.
Hence going wider.
Yep. Baffles. And I wanted it to be like a full unit. I didn't want to have to like source any OEM part to add on to this. I didn't want it to be like, you have to buy my part, but you also have to go find
Source this,
some
and this.
junkyard E34.
Yeah, weld it yourself.
Yeah,
Send
I
me
didn't
some
want it. I
shitty
wanted it to be
core.
like a full kit, like just put it on.
This is it. Buy it from me. Do your thing.
Yeah.
You include the hardware that here?
Yep.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, because the flange is a lot thicker than
I was going to say,
OEM,
so this flange has got to be, I mean, twice and at least
the
3
beefiest
times.
fucking
Yeah,
flange I've ever
yeah.
seen.
Yeah. How thick is this flange here?
That's half inch.
Oh, jeez. I can't hang with that. That's too much. That's too much for me.
Which is a lot, dude.
Fucking
Yeah.
bottomed out, dude.
And how thin? Like, what's the thickness of the?
That's all 1/8 inch aluminum.
Holy shit, 1/8 inch.
It's pretty solid.
It's
pretty
Fucking
solid, yeah.
killdozer over here.
pretty solid. Yeah.
I mean, there's one on a rally car. It's getting smashed.
Yeah. Shouts
Yeah.
to Dan. Dan Downey.
He's, like,
He's been on the show.
It's not dented
He gave
and
it.
stuff, so.
He gave us some stats about it too. I think he said it will when in the questions, but I believe he said 9 full rally events and like
Yeah, that's awesome.
nothing.
I mean,
no
Dan-
issues whatsoever.
Doesn't drive with a ginger.
Dan is bringing the pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Right.
jumped it, dude. I was like, yes.
It's like the best promo for your product.
It
It's
is.
like,
It
look
really
at
is.
this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you're gonna do some skids in your E30 and hit a curb here and there? Look
Yeah.
at this motherfucker.
He's like in the woods, 10-10s.
Yeah.
Flying through the
Just
air.
bashing shit.
Yeah.
The whole
It's been
race.
stress tested, which is cool.
Sick.
So your early development, you had the idea, you had your checklist of things you wanted to adhere to, but you didn't necessarily have like any fab stuff. You said you're learning everything on your own.
Yeah.
How did the measuring go and just stuff like that of like, here's my clearances, here's where I need to be.
It went bad. It went, making it out of cardboard, and then I'm like, oh, this should work. And then you make it out of metal, and then you try to put it back on, and you're like, this doesn't fit. Because that cardboard was actually a little bit bent in that side, and I couldn't tell.
And gave you that little tiny bit of
Yeah,
flexibility.
you don't have to play anymore. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of back and forth for that. But a buddy of mine, Aaron, has an E30 that was already 24 valve swapped, and he was like driving it very gingerly because he didn't want to crack his oil pan.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you want to test this for me? Like, I made one. It fits the car. Like, my car doesn't run. So we put it on his car. We put an oil pressure gauge on it, ripped it around, and it worked. It was sick.
How
Going
long
on
did
from
that development take?
It was really slow. It probably took me like 2 years to go from cardboard to like a metal product that I would run an engine on.
Yep. What were some of the trouble things you ran into?
With the first one, the pickup tube was not as simple as I thought it was going to be. It's a cast piece originally, and there's like, you can see on this one, there's like a hard 90-degree bend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You can't do that with like a tube. So for me to make that out of like by hand out of tube, I had to make like a big 180,
Right.
but it had to clear like the crankshaft, and
Right.
it was actually a pain.
It would just take even more material and time to
yeah.
do it.
And that's what I did until I designed that. But
Now this piece here, the new pickup tube, this is billet.
that's billet, yeah.
So it's 3 pieces.
Mhm.
2 of them are welded together, and this one's bolted together.
Yep.
It's so nice. This, like I said earlier when you brought this in, this is my favorite part. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's
but
like
when
there's
you-
like
you
a,
post-
there's like a Vitin seal in there, and then that's a stainless
a who in the what
mesh
seal?
filter. Vitin, which is like what you use on most engine gaskets.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Heat resistant, oil resistant, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
There's a
The
screen in here.
like heavy Loctite on those screws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, wow, this is cool. I mean, it's this is such like a hefty
Yeah.
piece. Like I have confidence in this.
Right.
This is something like when you bolt it up to the car, you're like, that baby's
It's-
not going anywhere.
Ain't
It's
going
one,
nowhere.
one of those things, just from looking at it and like the components to it. Oh my God. Yeah. That's even heavier than I thought. It's one of those like, not to harp on things, but when you used to receive a product and be like, oh, this is what I paid for. This feels good. It's heavy. It's nice.
Yeah, like
Right.
I feel good with my money
With
here.
my purchase went to the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of some things you get and like, what the fuck is this? Is a flimsy. This is going to break the second I try to use it. Doesn't feel like any of that when it comes to this. How is the manufacturing well, actually, as you develop this, you get it on a buddy's car. Your intent was just to fulfill your need.
Originally, yeah. I was like, I just need to build one of these, make sure it works. And then when I got to making it out of metal, I was like, probably other people might want this.
Yep.
You know, maybe I should make this in a way that I can make more than one rather
So
than.
that's what I was going to ask you is,
Yeah.
okay, making one, that's cool, right? You got it. But thinking from a point of manufacturing, I'm sure that adds even more layers to
It does, because the first one I made, I cut everything by hand, bent everything by hand. It took forever. But that's what I did for the whole first like 10 that I built. I actually just I had everything printed out at Staples on like blueprint paper.
Yep.
For templates, and then I would cut it and bend it using that.
So just cut to shape, and then
Yeah. And it took forever, and it was such a mess to just cut it. I'm just in a little garage, just cutting all this sheet metal. It's like,
right.
And how are you having these cut now?
that's all like laser cut, and it's CNC press brake that bends it all, so they're all like exactly the same now.
So because I mean, even that side of it, designing it is one thing, but what do you design it in CAD?
Yeah, so Fusion 360.
Okay.
So that was a whole nother thing. I was like, well, for me to make this repeatable, it needs to be like a file that I can send to
Precision,
someone.
right. And then like you can send that file direct to, you don't have to design it and then design specific to how they manufacture.
A little bit.
Okay.
There have been things. The guy I work with is really good actually, because there's been parts where, like the pickup, for example, I've tried to send it to him, and he's like, "Hey, that's like not machinable the way that you have it drawn."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, what does that mean?
Right.
What isn't machinable? What do I
Talk
have to
me
do?
through it, buddy.
Like,
What do we...
isn't that magic? You put it in there, it pops out the other end.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's sort of
Nah,
like
yeah.
those, what do you call it? I forget what they're actually called, but those sculptures you can build in a CAD or something, but they can never be made in real life or whatever it is.
Right.
It's sort of like that idea. I just like that whole concept and that stuff, to take something from your brain and put it onto digital piece of paper and then create it. It's just wild to me.
Yeah,
And it's awesome.
It's so cool to see it though. When you get like when I got my first pickup in, I was like, this is sick. Like I had to 3D print that a million times before I got the clearances right, but
Yep.
seeing it in metal was awesome.
And you have a 3D printer.
Yeah, I had to get a 3D
Okay,
printer
so
to do this,
that's another piece of equipment
It
you
is,
invested in to make this happen.
I paid for like 2 3D prints, and they were both wrong, and they were like $130 each, and I was like, this is taking weeks every time.
yeah.
Yep.
It's super expensive. 3D printers aren't that expensive anymore. I think I paid like $500.
Yep.
But it saved me so much money because I think I printed like 13 before I got it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Make
of course.
and it's not super instantaneous, but pretty damn instantaneous to see
Yeah,
the
like
result.
I'll set it up, go to work, come back, and I'll have one
Yep.
printed rather than waiting weeks.
Yep.
Doubling your money.
Yeah.
You're at work
something
where
like
the
that.
machine's working.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just praying it doesn't start on fire or anything,
You got to set a like a little camera up on it.
I should, yeah.
We got a
Should.
buddy. Oh, Phil, our
Yeah.
buddy who makes all the stickers. He's got like a camera. I think he can like see his printer because he'll print like he'll remotely log into his computer at home while he's at work to send print jobs. So like he's working while he's working.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, dog.
So yeah.
I'm not there. I'm plugging in the file every time,
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how 3D printing works. I know the other end of it works, but
I barely know, dude. I'm just figuring it out,
I mean, you've got something figured out here.
Yeah, looks figured.
Yeah, it looks pretty well figured here.
I mean, he got me sorted for the Mustang.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the
Yeah, because Pete drew the
velocity stacks.
the
for
stacks
intake.
for the headlights, and then he
Oh,
printed them.
yeah.
Yeah, worked out great.
Yeah, that was cool.
Leaston's got a pretty good question in the chat. Which is more gratifying to you, the prototyping process or the pre-process design?
Probably the pre-process design, because that's where it's like a lot of thought, and it's the most frustrating part for sure. Because you're like, you think you got it, and then you start thinking about something else, and you're like, oh, that's probably not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of back and forth, but that's the most fun because when once you have like something that you think is going to work, it's like,
Okay,
I think
now
I'm
I
done
can
with this part. Yeah, I think
put
I
it
can
to
go forward. Yeah.
So you definitely enjoy the challenge of the developing.
I'm
side.
saying I enjoy it now, but if you've seen me, trying to work Fusion 360 and just like why isn't this dragging where I need it?
Right.
Like,
Super. Right. I get that for sure.
Oh man.
So you made a couple of these and then started to get the idea that other people could want them.
Yeah, I had just made one, and then I posted it, and I was like, I'm gonna make 10 if anybody wants it.
Yeah.
And they sold out in I think 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I built them, and then obviously before I send them out, I'm trying to test fit them on an engine, and then I had at the time an M52 and an M54 in the garage, so I test fitted on both, and I realized that there's different power steering pumps, and it doesn't fit both. And then I had people asking questions like, hey, I'm running my factory crankcase ventilation system that usually goes to the dipstick. Where's it going to go on this pan? And I'm like, yeah, we'll make a spot for that.
Is that what
just
this barb is over here?
Yes, that's what that one's for, yeah.
So this barb right next to the dipstick is
Yep.
for factory crankcase.
So that would normally be like a Y on the dipstick.
Gotcha. Okay. But you just made it a separate piece.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier that way
Yeah.
than trying to weld to that.
No, I can
dipstick,
see. I
yeah.
mean, I like the fittings. Like there's two on that side or whatever. I like the fittings on here. It's very official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the power steering pump not clearing was when I ended up making you see those two little triangles in the front.
These here, yeah.
Yeah, those little notches. Those are tubes that I cut out.
Just to get, instead
Just
of
to get the
square,
clearance.
just to give it that.
Mm-hmm.
Which clearly didn't need
It
too
took
much.
a while because I had these 10 pans finished, and I'm like, well, now none of them are going to fit. What if they're running this power steering pump? I need to make these notches. So I'm cutting into these parts that I just built.
Right,
and
that you just... Yeah.
So these notches, these are on every pan now.
They're on every pan now.
So
yeah,
it's just
it'll
kind of the
fit.
smarter way to do it because it's
Yeah.
avoids...
I guess the most clearance you would need, and then if you don't need any, it doesn't matter. It's already
Right,
there.
right.
That's super smart.
As well as the bolt hole.
I was just going to ask
some
if there
power
was any
steering pumps
other...
bolt to the engine, and I'm like,
Yep.
well, I need to have that.
Wow, what's weird? Power steering pump bolts to the oil pan.
Yep.
It's just fresh.
All these things I'm finding out, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't ready for all that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, but you had a solution. And now you said earlier before we started recording, this is like a new revision of the dipstick, or was it a press fit thing you said that was going on?
Oh yeah. Just the O-rings. I changed the O-rings, so it's like a pretty tight fit. Yeah,
Precision, baby.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. That is real nice. I like the little engraved. There's a little oil thing. Nice little touch.
Little laser etched on there.
Yeah, I like that. And now
Yeah.
the two fittings that are on the other side of the table where you're sitting.
Yep.
What do we got there?
So this pan is S54 specific. So on the S54, on the exhaust side of the valve cover, there's like an oil drain that goes down to the pan. So that's what this is for. That'll adapt to the stock hose.
Yep.
And then this big one is a turbo oil drain. So if someone's a baller out there that's going to do a S54 turbo E30.
Wow.
It's pretty sick.
That's
You're sorted.
Yeah.
just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
That's the one you open up. That's the big baller section.
Yeah.
And
I
now
just
does it-
include a cap because there's a lot of people that are like, hey, I want to add that, but I don't want to turbocharge my car yet. I just want to
Yeah.
have the option so I don't have to pay someone later to
Take
take
it
my
apart,
oily
weld it.
pan and
Right. You're trying to just cover everything from the get-go.
trying to, yeah.
Now, what do you think of? Do you think you kind of hit like peak assembly here? Do you think there's like other
Yeah, I think so.
revisions?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, coming from someone who's uneducated in this completely and has no clue what else you could really add to it. I mean, to me, it looks like a wild thing to be like a product to show up in the mail and be like, wow, I cannot wait. This is
Yeah,
this is like a part I get in the mail and like I have to get to the garage right away to install it. Usually, I'm a parts hoarder. I'll order a bunch of
Right.
stuff, wait for it all to show up, and then do it all at once. But then once in a while, I'll get something and it's like, oh, I got to do it right this
Yeah.
second.
And it's big, so I mean, you don't want to leave that thing hanging around.
I mean, I'd put this on my
Takes up
dining
some
room
space.
table.
Yeah, dude, that thing is the build quality, as we talked about earlier, is unbelievable.
Thank you.
I mean, for somebody who just decided, hey, you know what? I want to make this. I need to learn how
Yeah.
to weld.
All the oil pans
Don't get
suck.
me wrong,
I'm
I
gonna make
have
the
the
best
first
one
one.
ever made.
Yeah.
I have the first one still because I was like, once I made this, I was like, buddy, we got to take that off the car. We can't keep running that thing. It worked for then, great.
Right.
And
That's
you
not
like,
the
I
one.
was actually the other day I was just looking at it and I was like, the welds have come a long way from there.
Yep. I mean, they look right. You're stacking dimes.
Doing my
Yeah,
best,
these-
you know.
Yeah, it's
Look good
museum
to me.
welds.
Yeah, these are super nice. There's like some little welds over here. And that's right. It's internally baffled, right?
Yeah.
So that's what these welds that I see on the outside
Yeah, those are like locator tabs that I have in there. So those end up in the same spot every time. I don't have to like line them up. I'll just pop them through the
Right.
holes
So they're designed in that manner. Pop them through, zap them.
Yep.
And now you have
Jesus, dude, you really thought of like
So much time. That's what I'm saying in the beginning. I was like, it's a box. It's gonna be super easy.
right.
Wrong.
Right. Your checklist
So
of
wrong.
let's call it 10 things. Oh yeah, that these bends that turns into 100.
Yep.
you're so far from a box at this point.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, look at the results.
Feedback
though.
has helped so
Jesus.
much too. From like the first ones I sent out, people saying, "Oh, you should do this. You should do this." I'm like,
Was it positive
good
with
idea.
people and the
Yeah.
more team
Yeah.
of being helpful?
yeah. Thank God.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I would-
sometimes
It was
people get
tough.
shitty though.
It was like a big investment up front. If they sucked, they would have sucked.
well,
Yeah.
because that's the
You
thing.
know,
People,
First round sucked.
it,
Would have
it's
been done.
it's difficult for people to understand. They see a website. Oh, Harper Fab. This must be some big crazy and not realize like, nah, man.
Yeah, I didn't have a website for the first 10 either. They just sold right through Instagram, PayPal.
in my garage making this happen. So, how many batches have you done so far?
This is my 4th one.
Going into or currently
This
sold?
these are sold. So
Okay. Production, have you stepped up production every time numbers wise, or you keep it similar? You don't have to say
as
how
far
many.
as quantity,
Yeah.
quantity's been the same.
Okay.
Batches of
because I
10.
can only make them so fast.
So that's what I was going to get into is just
Yeah.
like, have you, not necessarily tooling, but like you've tried to be as efficient as possible
Absolutely, yeah.
with again, kind of outsourcing the cutting and bending. That I'm sure helps, but there's still a significant amount of time per pan.
Absolutely, yeah.
How much time in particular do you think?
Probably at least 12 hours for like a basic one without any of the add-ons.
Without any of the add-ons.
Yeah, I mean, not that those take long. The bungs, probably 5 minutes each to drill a hole and weld it on. But
Right.
what takes forever is like pressure testing them at the end and
So that's
cleaning them up and boxing them.
that's
That's all
another
stuff
thing I
I've
was
never
gonna
like,
ask.
accounted for.
yeah. So how do you pressure test them?
So I have a big heat sink that I weld them on. So I'll just put a gasket on that, bolt it back down, and then I'll use like one of the bungs and pressurize it.
Yep.
Soapy water. Look for leaks.
Up to a certain PSI and just
Yeah, like 5 psi.
Yep.
You'll see it start like bubbling.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
That was some experimenting at first, trying to figure out like what to block this whole hole with to pressure test it.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried to use like a gasket maker, like a cork gasket maker.
Yep.
Like 20 psi just exploded. It filled up so fast and exploded. I was like, okay, that didn't work. Cool, I need metal.
Yeah. I was gonna say I know any enclosed thing, let's call it a can or whatever. When you depressurize stuff and you see
Yeah.
it like implode on itself, it can do that. Obviously, exploding as well. But like seeing that sort of, it downright scary. Like holy fuck,
Yeah.
it can go bad real quick.
It doesn't take much pressure anyway.
Yep.
I think like 15 psi blew out the gasket. So
Yep.
I was like, cool, like 5 is enough to.
That'll fail before the
See
pan ever.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you should never have positive
That
pressure
much.
like that in your crankcase anyway. So,
Right.
I mean,
Right. There's probably other issues.
Right.
What is your plan moving forward? Do you currently, how do you typically go about the orders in that you're going to put up? Do you, all right, let me buy this same amount of material so I know what's coming, and then pop the pre-order up and then start the manufacturing?
So that's what I did before in the past. I ordered the material, and as soon as it came in, I would put one together and be like, okay, the material is right, it fits, it works, they're good to go, and then I would post the pre-order and they'd sell, and then I'd be like, all right, cool, got to make them. And then sometimes I went over my lead time twice, and I was like, I can't do it this way.
Right. 'cause you just don't feel
Sometimes it
good
takes too
about-
long. Like
yeah.
if anything happens, like last time I dropped them, they sold, and then someone rear-ended me, and I was like, well, I got to fix my car now,
Right. Right.
Just like life happens and you don't know.
Yeah.
So the lead times are crazy. But with these, what I did is I ordered, as much material as I could afford. And then I built 10 and then I posted them.
Yep.
So that way, like all I had to do was, pressure test them and then I'll have to clean them up and box them. But
Right. But
they're
that's
pretty much ready,
relative in terms of the manufacturer, like that's easy.
Most
to
of the
get
work was done before I sold them that way.
Yep.
And I kept my lead time the same. So
Yep.
give myself that room.
Now you look like the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Get a
Yeah.
inventory, and nobody's waiting for them. That's fantastic.
Yeah. But
Take all
they
the pressure
sell
off.
faster every time and it's awesome.
which is cool.
Will you say how fast they sold last time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
That's
10
wild.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
That's
10
wild.
minutes.
It was crazy.
I thought I was gonna lose BMW tech.
And there goes.
If I could
We
make
Love
them fast
Warranty.
enough, I don't make enough money doing this to leave my job yet, but more products is next.
So that's what I was going to ask,
Yeah.
and I think there's a couple people in the questions that we got on Instagram asking that. It's like, all right, are you thinking about other products to offer? Are there BMW specific, E30 specific products that you want to offer?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't want to speak on them yet because
no, that's fine.
I don't have them
That's
done, but I have like 4 products that I'm working on.
okay.
It's just a slow process to like figure it
Yeah.
out and R&D it and stuff.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you talk a little bit about this piece here that you brought in?
It's beautiful for nothing.
You know what? It is like
It's extra. It's so
what am I
extra.
like,
I used
wearing
to
on
be
my
just a
wrist?
piece of sheet metal on the earlier kits, and then I was like, it'd be cool. That was billet.
Hell yeah, dude.
this is the
That's
billet.
sick.
I'm a sucker for billet
the,
parts, man.
the flywheel cover.
Yeah, that's literally just so the E34 pan that you would use has a cast-in piece that would block your flywheel.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that, I think, is that if you use the factory E30 transmission, the holes don't line up, so you can't take these rear bolts out with the engine connected to the transmission.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make that a separate piece so you can reach those.
Wow. It's
And
just
just like it's literally just like a dust cover.
I mean,
just
it's-
just
the-
the
That
it's
thing's
so good.
ridiculous.
The
Yeah.
ends
It's a
of it are
ridiculous
like
dust cover.
surgical. It literally, it could
Yeah,
be. You
it's
could.
unbelievable.
Definitely, I made it a little sharp. I didn't expect it to be that sharp, but
It is sharp, but like it's so nice. All the tooling marks, the machine marks are
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like. I mean, obviously it has to be perfect this machine, but like, you look at it and you're like, you move it.
Right.
Hologram.
yeah, it's a good
right.
piece.
Of course,
for
lost
sure.
himself in the
Yeah,
piece.
yeah, I really am. I mean,
He's
It
completely-
is unbelievably nice.
like billet pieces like this are the coolest.
yeah.
They have such a different look to them. Like there's no other like cast piece or anything like that that could ever replicate something like
Right.
this. How does it? No, is it originally this thick or is it stamped in a way or is it?
Nope, that's a 1/2-inch piece that's cut down.
Wow.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah,
Yes.
it used to not have that, but it was like a really tight clearance installing it.
Here?
Yeah, and I can't make this any shorter
Yeah.
because it'll hit like your if you're running ARP main bolts, it'll hit, which I found out.
That's definitely a difficult part to accommodate so many different potential combinations.
Yeah,
Because it's not
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, one size fits all, and this is the motor, this is what they're running, this is the setup. It's
Yeah.
not. We all know that's
This-
not the
this
setup.
is
at-
like
as-
6 different engines this fits on.
So 6 different engines, all in the same chassis.
Same engine, but different variations of that engine. Yeah,
All in the same chassis.
on the same chassis. And there's someone that wants to test it in a 240, which I think is sick. So hopefully he missed the pre-order though, because I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of
10
people
minutes.
missed the
I mean,
pre-order.
yeah. So you already have people that must be like, shit, I missed it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
didn't get a time. So like next batch, bigger, smaller. Same
I
size.
have more material already, so I'm already working on the next batch. That'll probably be early February.
Okay.
So
So
Get
like,
your money right.
that's the
Yeah,
plan for
right,
that.
get your
Yeah,
money
I'll
right.
post the time and the date, and I mean, you got to be there. There's people that are upset. They're like, "Dude, you said you'd get me one," and I'm like, "Nah, I told you when they were gonna drop."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
First
yeah.
guy with
Can't-
money
I
gets
didn't
it.
expect this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. I mean, good for you that like this is kind of going in a direction like this.
For sure.
You get like a website.
Yeah, I had
Cardinal.
I
Yep.
had them make the site.
Paul and Anna.
Really?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
shit!
Yeah, yeah.
Shouts
Yeah.
to them.
Yep.
I put a rush on them too. Those guys are great.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the best.
I was like, listen, I spent all my money on this, and I'm ready to sell them.
Yeah,
You guys help me out. Here's some shitty
Yeah, but, like,
pictures.
that's like total honesty. That I think like Paul and Anna could like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Run with.
that's respectable.
Yeah, yeah.
Give them a
Yeah.
bite. Like, here's what I got. Here's what I want to do. Okay.
yeah,
Make it
happen.
Make it happen. And
Yeah.
what's the website name?
HarperFab.com.
Perfect. Nice and simple.
So,
Harperfab.com. That's awesome. Yeah, these things. I mean, I like kind of just want one.
Yeah,
I know.
same.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's just like,
Every time I ship them all out, I'm like, I don't have any anymore.
it's like a work of
Yeah.
art. Yeah, it
Do
really
you
is.
have one for your car?
Not even yet.
No.
No.
So you mentioned that you have an E30.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
engine's in it?
None.
None.
I
What
have an
engine's
engine in
going
my living room. It's an S54 that JP built for me.
Oh really?
Oh, no
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So that'll be fun when I put it together. But hopefully the car can get paint this year.
We gotta sell a few
That's
more of
kind of a
these.
realistic goal. Yeah, like paint, maybe the interior done.
Yeah.
Put the engine transmission in it.
Get it moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's kind of tough to build a car when you're building oil
I have
pans
no time.
all
No
the time and
Yeah.
working a full-time job.
That too.
Sulev. I mean, Sulev keeps you busy
Really,
anyway.
really,
Jesus.
yeah, paying the bills.
It's got to be
Sulev's great,
85 hours a week with Sulev.
Billable hours, baby.
Exactly. So what else? What do you think? What do you want out of this?
I just want to keep making parts and keep E30s on the road.
That's a very
It's
good.
so
I'm
hard to
stick with,
find
I'm
a
sticking with
new
E30s
E30.
because I have an E30.
Praise
Yep.
God.
It's hard to like produce a product for a chassis that you don't have on hand.
Yep.
So when I have more space, I'll branch out. But
So that's what I was going to ask. Do you think it would ever make sense for you to like reach out to
Diablo owners. Grab a Diablo.
Right. 358 Modinas.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Yeah. To like a distributor. For instance, if there's a couple E30 based, let's call them sellers, resellers.
okay, yeah. So I've had them reach out to me saying that they want to stock them.
Yep.
The problem is that I can't make them fast enough.
That's my.
If
right.
I had extra inventory, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to buy 10 of them, I'll do that. That's great. But
Right. It's difficult to.
yeah, it's tough to build them fast enough.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it'll die down. I'm sure it'll die down eventually. There's only so many of these cars, but
Yeah.
right now there's no one else making it. So
Right. Small batch at a time. Yeah. It's the demand is going to be there.
yeah,
I don't know, but sometimes I feel like when parts like this become available, it opens up the doors for people to now start doing. So, like, yeah, maybe they had an E30, but they never decided going that direction for an engine swap.
right.
But now that they're like you said, you'd have to go to a front sump
Yep.
version. They're like, I don't want to deal with that. But now it's like, oh, you know what? I can just click buy and all this stuff shows up and I can just do it.
Yeah.
Now it's like your customer base grows and grows.
You're
and
just
grows.
making the
Right,
market.
because otherwise you'd have to like, I mean, I'm sure there are people that just sell E34 oil pans, but you'd have to like go find one.
Yeah.
To find someone selling it, and you need the pan, the pickup, and the dipstick. It's a whole kit.
Yeah. And here we have the whole kit just sitting
Yeah.
on the table.
Yep.
And this just arrives. Voila.
Yeah. Yep.
Gasket too?
It's an option.
It's an I like that.
It's an option.
I
yeah.
like that.
They make-
I didn't want to. I've tried to make it like as bare as possible
Yep.
to keep the cost down. Obviously, I didn't want to add everything to every pan. But yeah, OEM gaskets an option.
An option. Yeah. You got a guy for those.
Yeah, I got a guy, the guy at the dealer.
What's the price point on like this pan here sitting on the table?
I want to say this one was like 1150 ish.
1150 ish.
This is
All the
basically,
options,
as you
yeah.
mentioned before we
This is the
recorded,
top
like
dog pan right
fully
here.
dressed.
That's
Yeah.
54 turbo. That's like,
It's like the Mona Lisa pans right there.
Yeah,
man.
dude, you ain't kidding.
yeah. When I see that order, I'm like, hell yeah! Like,
Here
I
we
hope,
go.
I hope this gets on a car, man.
Please, for
Right,
the love of God,
right.
make the turbo drain functional.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah,
see
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing fucking
Right, right.
crank. Wow.
It's been on a couple turbo cars, and I'm just like, you see the dipstick. That's all you're gonna see in the engine bay
Yeah.
pictures. but I'm
Right,
like, yes,
right.
Like it's on.
It's on
There it is.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. That is so sick. Yeah, I mean the quality shines through. I'm sure even on our video feed. I mean it is fucking ridiculous.
I looked in there's a screen.
Yeah,
an
yeah,
external screen on the camera. I looked in it and I was like, yeah, she's shining.
yeah. She's shining right.
Everyone
dude.
can see.
It is so nice.
Tried to
and
keep my mitts off it when I brought it in. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah, I mean,
We were all smudging the shit
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
this
it's-
thing, dude.
my greasy paws are all over it. When you were doing the internal baffles, was there a lot to figure out where to put them? How the
Yeah,
like an internal baffle system should work, or
the main point is to, with the trapdoors, you want to keep all the oil as close to the pickup as possible.
Mhm.
So with the design, the factors are like, where can you fit the trapdoors? Like this one, these 3 bolts, I have access ports on the bottom of the pan so that you can reach those. And I couldn't put a trapdoor there because there's bungs on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the key is like if you think acceleration, that oil is going to come back. And
Right,
when
you wanna-
brake and it goes forward. You don't want it to pass the wall.
You want it to be in a consistent place all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Corey has his hands in the unit taking around.
Yeah. Get in there. Hit the doors, dude.
The doors flap around, dude,
Yeah.
nice and
They
easy.
do. Yeah.
You
We'd love to see
said a buddy of ours, just in general, of everybody's, drifts with one. Justin, right?
Yeah, Justin.
Same thing, no issues. Like it just
Yeah.
operates as it
His
should.
is, it's the V2 kit, so it doesn't have like this extension and has a little bit less trapdoors, but I mean, he went off track and like hit the curb with it.
Yep.
So to survived, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Like I didn't want you to stress test it like that, but thank you.
That's I mean, that's two very demanding motorsports that people running these on.
Right, and it's
covered
key to have that because a lot of people are like, "Oh, do you have any like real world testing on these?" And I'm like,
Sure
Yeah.
do.
check out this guy's profile.
Rally
Here's
card,
this
rip
and
card.
that.
If you guys are watching, I've sent your profiles out to a bunch of people.
Okay. Yeah, what you think about
Check
Dan,
out this
like,
one going over a jump.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy flying through the woods. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Aaron in the chat, wasn't that pan on a StanceWorks video?
sure was.
Sure was.
Sure was.
Yeah,
You heard it
pretty cool.
here first. Yeah, definitely really cool. But you said he didn't even buy, like, he bought that like secondhand or something.
Yeah, because he was like, "Hey, when are you gonna have more of these done? I'm building my A30. I'd like to do it on the channel." And I was like, "I could try and get it done as fast as possible, but it's gonna take a little while." And he was like, "I need to do it like in 2 weeks." I just didn't have the material yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucked. Actually, this material took a long time to come in.
Is it shipping in? Is it local?
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
I got a
Plus,
guy in Canada.
there's
Does
no
a really
one-
good job.
Around here, you could really work with. Or
There
at
might
least,
be,
yeah.
but this guy, he builds, or he like cuts the metal for other oil pans, like K series ones.
Okay.
And I'm like, I love that. The quality of those is sick. Let me try this guy, and he sent the stuff in.
You know
This
what
is
you
great.
got. Yeah.
Like all this sheet metal comes in, and one side is all wrapped,
Okay.
so there's no scratches on it when I get it. So I'm like, this is huge over anywhere else that could just bend it and have all, scratches from the bender and
Yeah. No, I mean that
'Cause
stuff makes a
it's a
huge
pain.
difference.
Yeah, it looks nicer like this.
And
Yeah,
for
it
something
goes-
like that, it's nice to see that it's being taken seriously because a
Right,
lot of those
right.
metal production fab places, oh yeah, whatever. Not to say you, but like, whatever. These kids are going to order 2 or 3 of them. Just get them done and send them versus, professionally taking
yeah.
the time to
I mean, you can see the
produce a
machine
good
marks
product.
on that flywheel plate. Like this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Does a good job.
yeah.
Yeah. I keep picking this thing up. Kind of like, I don't know, can I bolt it up to my
Yeah,
car?
it took
somewhere?
time. It took time to get it though. Yeah.
Where can I put
Gotta be a place for this
Where-
thing.
Yeah.
where
I
can I use this?
gotta have it. Did you design this here?
Yeah.
Wow. Did this take a
That's
long
where the
time?
3D printer came in handy. That's actually, I had to buy like a larger 3D printer because of that piece.
That's a big piece.
Did this take a long time to design?
Yep. Because I had to get like that bump out had to line up with where the pan is, and then obviously the bolt holes have to line up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you even YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
University of YouTube.
Because it's
Learn
just
how to weld, learned how to use Fusion 360.
because for me, I'm looking
learn how
at
to
it and
use
it's
a 3D
like,
printer.
oh, this metal thing got to clear this other metal thing. How do I translate that into
Yep.
computer code?
3D scans.
They can be
Those
the
are
language
huge.
of the
Yeah.
computer.
Mhm.
It's wild. It's wild, and especially realistically 3 years worth of effort.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What's the plans for the rest of the year? You said you got material. You're going to work on a handful.
I'm definitely going to make as many of these as I can, but
Yeah.
it's going to take time to get more material and to build them. But I'd like to put out a couple new products this year for sure.
Yeah.
And the other goal is to not lose my day job before I'm ready to do that.
Right.
So I'm asking for time off left and right, man.
Yep.
Oh,
Just to try to keep up.
Yeah. Like I took a week off to like build the bulk of these because it's so much easier to build them all
when
at
you're
once.
in the
Yeah,
right.
rather than just like taking the weekend and then coming back the following weekend, like, oh, where did I leave off?
Yeah.
I haven't welded anything all week.
Right.
Gotta get back in the flow. Yeah.
You gotta have like your day job ends. You gotta get home, and then it's like, do you feel like doing that, or do you have time to do that? Do you have your own
I
life?
can't do it on if I have a work day, like by the time I get home, I'm getting home at like 7 p.m.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna like fire up the welder and start building these. I just don't have the
Yep.
drive for that, I did before when I was over my lead time. I was like going home and just working till like midnight.
Right. That's yeah. You're just trying to figure it out at that point.
Yeah, but not anymore. I have Mondays off now, so I have like a 3-day weekend every week to
Yep.
do this. But it's way easier to just take a week off and build the
Do
bulk of
get
it.
them done. Right.
Wow. Now, when did you like? You can't see the underside of the pan, but I'm looking at it. There's like a little token
Yeah,
welded
yeah.
on here.
So those used to be just like laser cut.
Mhm.
The problem with laser cut aluminum that's that thin is when you try to weld it, it does funky things. So that was like huge. It's like a little machined HF logo.
Yeah.
it looks like it's
the
like a
guy
coin.
that cuts the metal was like, "Hey, I've made this style before. Are you interested in this?" And I was like, "Absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Run
'cause
those
there's-
back, please."
There's also the same logo cut into here as well.
Yeah, and that's on a 30-degree angle. So when the engine's bolted in the car, that's like upright.
Oh,
So that would bolt on like that. Yeah.
Dude.
That's a man takes pride in his shit,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah.
There's some. Who thought of that? You?
Yeah, I thought of that.
That's sick.
I put the little logo on it, and I was
This
like, wait,
guy.
when it's in the car, it's gonna be crooked. Let me.
Yeah. Pretty soon, your vacation time should be to actually take a vacation.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have all
it
the
should
time
be,
to
but-
do it. Yeah. I think you're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, that thing is
stuff's
sick.
highly
You should see the crude sketches that I sent the guy to make that logo. Though I was like, can you put? It's literally like iPhone, but I drew on it. And I'm like, put it here, but put this angle. Oh, it's awful. I have to find that picture, but I nailed it.
Obviously, more products. You're going to stick to the E30 stuff. Is there
For now, I'm sticking
anything?
E30. Yeah.
But you do, again, there's a lot of R&D with
Yeah.
switching chassis,
Right.
platforms, and things like that. Feel like you'd always stick with BMW in particular?
No, not
Okay.
necessarily. No. There's other anything. If I can get my hands on a car and I want to build it and there's something about it I don't like, I'll try and figure something out. Now I know I learned a lot about like R&D and like manufacturing a part, so why not
Yep.
use it
Yeah.
everywhere I can? Yeah.
Well, I think you're on the right path. I mean, again, for your first product, let's call
Right,
it, you know what I
right.
mean? It's seems like it's gotten a lot of positive feedback, a lot of real world use case.
Right.
And there's really nothing anybody can say about it. It's exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And it looks great, and you thought of damn near everything.
Came out swinging. I mean, the fact that someone want to go to a junkyard and try to find an E34 and pull a fucking piece of shit pan out of
The
an old
other
E34
thing is that
is crazy.
There's not that many E34
No,
pans
of
left.
course
God,
not.
no.
So the price of them is about half the price of this. So if you crack it once,
Right.
you already bought this pan.
Yeah.
If you buy two E34 pans,
Yeah.
it's like
Yep.
you might as well.
I mean,
Yep.
E34 pin's a lot more crackable than this.
They're a
baby.
lot more crackable. Yeah.
A lot
turns out.
more.
You're essentially, this is the customer. They have a problem. You're solving that problem.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The stance work stuff, when Burroughs posted the video, did you feel the effects of that?
Yeah. I felt the effects immediately when I was watching it. I was like, this is so cool to see.
Yep.
I'm like,
Just because,
just because like I watch his channel, you know what I mean? So to
Yep.
see my part on the car, I was like, damn, this is crazy. This is what I wanted.
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely got a couple follows from it and a couple people like, hey, I seen your oil pan on Mike's video.
Yep.
Sick. If you want one, here's the date.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Here's
perfect.
what to do.
That's
Yeah.
the best
I
thing
can't
you
give
do
you
is
special treatment because of that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping it simple, not straining yourself. Like you said, build kind of the rapport with yourself of, here's what's realistic. Here's how I can do this.
Oh, I don't set realistic expectations at all. Every time I'm like, I can build 3 in a day. It's going to be no problem. If I take 1 week off of work, they'll all be ready to ship. Like, never. It's never like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you continue to grow this. It's going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's sick. It's good to be the best at something, like coming out swinging, the top dog at this whole thing. I mean, it is unbelievable how nice that oil pan is.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of
Insane.
things that I had to, like, just think of and just realize
Yeah,
it wasn't
dude.
going to work. And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
someone else wants to try and make one.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, have at
Go
it.
for it, dude.
Right.
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
I also had to try and choose between, like, do I make this like a really cheap product that just works? Maybe like out of steel, like mild steel or something.
Right.
And
And then
it's
have
like,
someone
it's
offshore
heavier or
try to
whatever,
slam
but
it
it'd be-
together and like, who
Yeah,
gives a
like
shit?
it's MIG welded. Maybe it leaks, maybe
No.
it doesn't. I'm like, I could make it cheap and easy, or I can make it like the best product that I can. I was like, well, let's go that route.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Well.
Yeah, I think your point was proven to yourself. Like, yeah, this works,
Yeah, for sure.
especially with so much interest in them.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I don't know where there is to go for. I mean, obviously, with other products, there's a lot of places to go. But for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this product, like where you can even go from here, just sell more of them, right?
So more of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So make them faster.
This will be a piece that, like, when you're finally sick and tired of making them, the whole community is going to be like,
Yeah.
I got one of
Right,
these things.
right,
It's
right.
fucking gold.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even fucking imagine, dude. It's such a sick piece that.
Yeah. At one point, like down the road, it'd be like people selling used setups of them for more than
Yeah, way
like-
more than you're
yeah,
charging.
And you'd be
yeah.
like, motherfucker, I didn't know they would pay this much for that.
Right. I mean, your other options, like I said, are the E34 pan, or I know there was a guy that would do. You would send him your subframe, and he would cut it. And
He would cut the subframe?
modify the subframe to work with the pan,
I love
like
that.
the rear sump pan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's a cool idea, but like now they have to send you your part.
Yeah.
Right.
You get this rusty old part from
Yeah,
E30.
they send
gotta
you a
clean it and weld it,
subframe.
and I'm like,
Ugh.
that sounds like a pain.
Yeah.
Like, let me just try and make
Talk
something.
about
work. You don't have to send
liability
me anything.
central.
Yeah.
Right.
You're modifying somebody's subframe remote.
Right.
Well, not remote, but like,
And these cars are from the 80s, man. They've been bumped around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows
Yeah,
if that's
every
gonna fit
subframe's
back up.
different
Yeah.
at this point.
Do
Oh,
you
shit.
have you upgraded any of your tooling at home?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's where most of the money has went, honestly. Like I had I started with just an Amazon. It's called an AHP Alpha TIG.
Yep.
It's just like a 200 amp TIG welder. I got started with that, but I was having a lot of trouble welding the flange. It would take forever because it was like I'm full pedal on the thing and it's barely enough amperage to melt the 1/2 inch.
Yep.
So I upgraded to like a nice Everlast. I think it's a 325. A lot more amperage.
Yeah,
I can blast through those welds now, which is great.
Yep.
I was using a Harbor Freight table, so I have like a fixture table now, which is really nice. It's a lot easier to build something flat on a flat table.
Yep.
What else?
Just making
You said
the
3D printer.
Oh
You've
yeah,
gone
the
up to
3D
some-
printer. Yeah.
It's
Making
just a
the
larger base.
It's just
Faster speed,
a larger 3D printer.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't get one before. I just bought a large one originally. Yeah, it wasn't that much money.
yeah.
3D
Yeah,
printing's
it's
cool.
crazy
You
how
should try
cheap
it.
they've gotten.
Yeah. It's easy enough.
Sick.
Yeah. No.
Hello, Mr. Dobbins.
There's Dobbs.
Hey Sam. Let's answer some questions that we have pertaining to this stuff. Thank you very much for coming to hang out.
Yeah, of course.
It's always a pleasure.
One thing Tyler Page mentioned earlier, or ZHP actually said, thought BMW got hosed on those warranties and reduced the term lengths. I think
Maybe for newer stuff.
Yeah, I think I explained on here because I asked the service advisor, Carlos. Shout out to Carlos.
Yep.
Hey man, like, what's just an F series car that's got this warranty? Because if you have it, I'll buy it like right now. I'll just buy it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. It's just nowhere near what this like E series one is.
They'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are B motor Sulevs.
Really?
Yeah, there are new Sulevs still. So
What's the term? I mean, it's not like 15 years now. It's got to be.
I'm not sure. It might still be like 120 though. It might still be a lot.
Still
I'm pretty sure that's what I
For
remember
a
seeing.
guy who doesn't drive.
So
Yeah.
we're getting a B58 Sulev.
I think it might only be the 4 cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
And like what the X1s and whatever
Yeah,
else.
3 Series and
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So my wife's car would be no.
And
She's an N. That one's getting traded in at 100,000 miles. That N 4-cylinder Sulev. I think
Oh.
you're the one that was like, hey man, at 100,000, like
N20. Yeah.
send her in.
Not a good engine.
No.
They experimented a lot with that.
oh, really?
Yeah, they were just like, let's put Valvetronic, Vanos, turbocharged 4-cylinder. Let's put it all together and see what happens. You know,
It took a lot of liberties. Yeah.
on paper, when I seen it come out, I was like, this is gonna be sick, dude.
Yeah.
I love 4-cylinders, so I'm like, this is gonna be sick. And then
Yeah, it makes good power, but
Wasn't.
I think you were the one that told me, like, hey dude, 100,000 miles, you gotta get rid of that fucking
yeah, if it's still running,
grenade.
yeah,
It's a lot more stuff to fail.
So should I break?
yeah.
Should I?
just like timing chains are the biggest thing. with
Should
the-
I go
with
lower than my
the-
100,000 mile number? What's the number I get rid of that thing?
40?
Oh boy,
If you make it past 40, it's
God,
that's a
no.
Wednesday motor.
we're way past 40.
I
I think we're in like the
wonder what's in my old
70s.
man's X1.
Same thing. N20.
Same thing?
Yeah.
He doesn't drive at all. so-
Nah.
I'm gonna have to start
But
looking.
even still, like I put a Valvetronic motor in that car.
Yeah.
I think it was just stiff because he doesn't drive it, but
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
might have like 150 more miles
It
on
was
it than
probably
last time you
stuck,
saw
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna start looking at trade-ins on that thing.
Yeah.
Jesus,
You're on the clock now.
dude, I'll double the damn clock if it's 40.
I might be exaggerating, but I see the worst of them. So
Yeah,
Right,
I won't
every-
even have to see it.
Let's hit some questions,
Yeah.
and these will pertain to Harper Fab and that pan in particular as well. In some instances, not that one. We'll not start.
Oh,
off
one
with that
second. Did the capacity change?
no,
So it's still
it's 9 liters.
9
Capacity
liters.
changed from OEM.
Okay.
It's way up from OEM. Yeah,
What's OEM?
OEM is 6.5 liters.
Oh wow, so there's
This is
a
9.
lot.
Make
more.
note of that when you change your oil.
Yeah, that's one of the yeah. Seriously,
Still put 6 in.
seriously.
Yeah.
Well,
a great way to
that's
save
what
money.
dipstick's for, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Check it.
Give it a good check.
Wow. Okay. So 6.5 up to 9. That's
Yeah, that's one of the problems with like a front sump car. If you're accelerating, if you have like a car on slicks that's accelerating, going around a big curvy turn, all that oil is going to want to go somewhere else. It's not going to want to stay up front. So the more oil that's up there, the better chance you have at not starving your engine of oil.
Yeah.
good to know.
Is there any way to have you tested that in particular, like under load, seen, all right, here's what the oil's doing with this?
Yeah, oil pressure gauge.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said your buddy. You said
Right, just to watch
That was
that
one of
and
the first
just
things
see.
he did. I just need to make sure our oil pressure doesn't drop.
Yep. Pushed it pretty hard.
And the car
through.
wasn't on slicks, but if somebody wants to test that, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Sure, it'll add more G's, but not
Right.
anything like absurd, I'd imagine.
Right.
Kevin 401.
Kevin 401.
Anyone drive through any puddles today?
no.
Nope, not too bad today.
No.
No.
I used to take the Tacoma if I would drive through puddles, and it was pretty dry when I left the house.
Adventures of Sean and Dopey.
Sean.
He just writes Av Stories / Trap House / B13 Saga / E30 Saga.
Damn.
Wow. I mean,
Big
he's asking
question.
for the
Big question.
deepest.
Av Stories. Who was I? I think I mentioned the Av today.
The Av?
Yeah.
Looks like
I
what the
used to-
last
I
weekend.
used to just
Yeah.
be out there.
Yeah.
Had to be out there.
just be out there getting it.
How's he gonna be there?
Right. That's,
You know?
Need that short shifter, dude.
that was the play. That's it.
Yeah.
Where you going? The Av.
You trying to slam some
Just
shifts?
out
Yeah.
there.
Av's
Dunkin'
got to
Do-
do it.
Dunkin' Donuts. Stop over in the Friendlies parking lot. Get kicked out of there.
Go to the-
That's right.
Hit the 8th. Have a race real quick. Head back to Dunkin'.
Go to the Wendy's in New Bedford.
Yeah, exactly. All the spots.
Wow.
Let me at Trap House. Let's hear.
Trap house, you know, before you're 21, when you need to like go through boot camp with beer. So
Yeah.
that way when you're 21, you don't actually have to drink that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's trap house. That's all that is.
There we go.
I don't want to really tell any stories
It's-
about
We're
that.
not going to get too deep into that.
It's some learning.
Trap house, yeah, you learn
Yeah.
how to drink beers. That's all.
Yeah, training. Let's see. Becker Junk Styles.
Becker.
I need better shop lighting. Maybe lights on my lift posts? ? It's only bad when a car is up.
Oh, so he needs like lighting from. You know, honestly,
Let's do it.
dude, headlamp.
Headlamp.
Headlamp. Katie's been running the headlamp. It's like talking to God every
I
time I
got-
talk to him in there.
I got headlamps.
That's the
now.
worst.
What? Oh, when someone
when
has one.
someone else has one,
Yeah.
yeah. Because in the shop,
He's-
everybody's got headlamps.
Kai was telling he drove down to like our fucking haircut man.
Yeah.
Our hair man.
It was on the whole time.
And he had it on his head on the whole time. He got there, it's like, is this some type of joke? They always have this thing. Huh?
Yeah, because they're on there. You're in your head. You don't notice them. People walk up to you to talk to you all the time, and it's
Yeah.
just like, dude, you gotta.
Yeah,
Uh,
tone it down.
blind
I
me.
bought like obviously he's got like a Snap-on one that's like really nice. I bought like an Amazon special,
The
but
when you wave at it.
but the one I got from Amazon does it too. So it's just like oh boop boop, but then I get
That's
the
what
old,
everybody's using in the
I
shop.
got the old Italian hands going, so it's just
Yeah.
on and off, on and off. It's like a fucking strobe light.
It's
in
like a
here.
rave.
It's like it's the inside of Will I Am's car. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, headlamp, dude. Yeah, honestly, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I got to get in the headlamp.
I
game.
can't
I
believe
haven't
it
done
took
it. I
so
haven't
long.
broke down and done it yet.
I'm
I've been
sick
in
and tired.
situations where it would have been helpful, and I'm just like, nah, I can't.
I'm
The
sick and
other
tired of
day-
being sick and tired. I need one.
The other day, I'm in like laying, like belly up in the floor, the driver's floor of the Civic, looking at the wiring underneath the steering column,
Yep.
and I've got my phone flashlight on my chest, and I'm like, I can't. One, I'm colorblind. I can't see what any color these wires are. I have terrible eyesight. It's dark. Like, what am I doing here?
You're just setting yourself up for failure. That's,
I was
that's
looking for a wire to cut it.
It's a good thing you're not like on the bomb deterrent team.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's Mr. DJ. Oh, that's what I was going to say to Becker. Buddy, I'm a huge fan of magnets. Get yourself some lights with magnets and stick them to the side of your
Just
lights.
magnets and stuff.
The Harbor Freight magnetic
Yes, the
light
one
I
you were-
showed you.
Yeah.
It like is not, so it'll lock in a bunch of different positions.
Let's go.
Dude, this thing throws light. You
Daylight.
could use them as headlamps, headlights on a car.
Love that.
Better than a Kia.
Unbelievable. Definitely better than a Kia. Unbelievable.
It's Mr. DJ 23.
Mr. DJ.
Will Corey take part in the Mint 400 this year?
I don't know. Actually, I was talking to Garrett recently, and he's kind of up in the air because he's got two cars. He's got the car we've obviously raced, and then he had a new car he bought, an IRS car, and he's kind of up in there what he wants to do with it. His goal always was to eventually graduate to what they call like a 5/16 car.
Yep.
So it's technically Class 5, 1600 cc Volkswagen, but like not stock. So
Not
like
as limited.
yeah, it doesn't look like if you watch the Hoonigan This Versus That, Blake Wilkie,
Yep.
the car he drives on that's like a 5/16 car.
Okay.
It doesn't look anything like Volkswagen. It just has a Volkswagen engine.
That thing's fucking something.
So like you've got you go from like, hold on, he sent me
you get
stats.
24 inches of suspension travel.
It's something like that. You go from like 11 to
you get a Hellcat V8 in it.
no, you have to still stick with what do you call it?
600 cc
Yeah,
air cooled.
yeah. He sent me stuff. It might be too far back. I might not be able to find it. But yeah, I mean, his goal from the start. I mean, right when he started building the other one to get into doing the stuff was to graduate eventually to that. So it's kind of like, what do I do? Do I go ahead and build another Class 11 car, and then like have to after a year or two take it apart and then go build like a 5/16 car, or do I just take the time to do it now?
Yeah.
So I don't know. He sent me a bunch of stuff, but yeah, you go from like you can run like real tires now. You can go and you can have like real long travel suspension, and like the qualifications for brakes are upgraded in the shifter, and like it's a lot of cool stuff.
Seems like it'd be more comfortable for you.
Yeah, none of it's comfortable, but you could travel way faster.
I was gonna say you're gonna be going faster. That's for
way
sure.
faster, way faster. Because now like things just don't matter. Like
Right.
I mean,
You're
larger
not-
rock's still gonna matter, but like
Yeah, you're not being as
with real
skittish.
suspension, with real suspension, you can like really float over things.
Yeah.
That's where you kind of get that like just kind of bounce through the desert rather than like in and out, in and out, in and out. You just stay on top.
Yep. Like
So, yeah, it's
like
cool.
a bug on water.
But it's a lot. It's a lot to take on.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, we're eager to see what happens with that. Jordan MX_5. Why is Corey the biggest tire kicker I know?
I'm not a tire kicker. Here's the thing. He's selling stuff. He's or best offer.
Right. And your best offer.
I'm putting up my best offer. I'm not a tire kicker.
No.
You put out that you're down bad for shit. I got money.
Yeah.
I'm here
I
to
got
pick you up.
money.
I'm here to pick you up.
Yeah, he's just trying to help you out.
Yeah, I got money. You have parts. I have money. It's a simple exchange. Goods and services.
Being down bad doesn't equal market value.
Yeah, it's only tire kicking if he say yes to the offer and it doesn't come through.
Yeah, and he'll never say yes to the offer. He hasn't yet. he counters with some pretty unreasonable things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever. ZHP 192. Thank you for the money.
Yep.
He did ask a question here. It says, "What's something you're proud of in a build of yours or someone you helped out? Large new project, custom part that you made, something learned." I don't know. That's a big question. I mean,
I can't think of anything.
honestly, it's pretty good timing. Like the mint would be something. Like doing that with Garrett. Like I didn't build it, but like I took part in it and helped out. So like
And I was even
I'm pretty proud of that.
I was literally going to say making the mint videos is super fun.
Yeah.
And like, I'm proud of being able to do that
Yeah.
when we all do.
I'm shocked I put the tracks on my Polaris, which is actually all documented.
That is true.
And I was further shocked when I fixed the rockers on my Tacoma as of recent.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't be anywhere near that thing with the fucking welder, if I'm honest.
Oh, there was one time my buddy Sean, we did a crank hub in his car, and we rented a lift to do it, and we like had to do it that day. That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's a F80 M3.
Yep.
So
Oh.
the crank hub slips on those. So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're gonna take the front of the engine apart, drill holes in the crankshaft, and I was like, let's get it.
that's quite
We're doing it.
Yeah, we were hands on.
that's
Wow.
quite an endeavor for a day.
That was like a rock star for dinner type of
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Where was I? TD's
Titties.
best kind of pan other than cast iron, stainless steel,
Blue carbon steel.
blue carbon steel.
Blue carbon steel.
Tell me about it. Do for pans.
Hold on, is this
Yeah, I
the?
get pans too. My pans are
Can
all
you
jacked.
school us on pan? Because I know there's a lot of pan propaganda out there,
Oh boy.
and so what I mean by that is
You will own nothing.
there's layered
You will be
pans, right?
happy.
You will not own this pan. You rent this pan.
Yeah. It's the government's pan.
There's like layered pans, and I'm not quite of the ilk to understand
Yeah.
fully these layered pans, because a lot of people are like, oh no, they're just covered in stainless steel, but the inside's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's going to tear itself apart.
Trying to go titanium.
How do
pan.
we get a good stainless steel pan? Is it in fact the blue carbon stainless steel pan?
So it's a French. French, obviously, they make the best cooking stuff. Le Creuset, De Boyer is the brand that I buy. I buy them actually stock up on Hope Street. Shouts to them because they got all the cool shit.
Stock has the hot pans.
Yeah. So it's carbon steel.
Okay.
So it's steel through and through,
Yep.
but it's so heavy.
That should work
I
on
like
an
that.
induction though.
Yeah.
Like a steel wood if it's
They
magnetic.
do. No, they do. You might have to buy, because they have 3 different lines. You might have to buy one specific one. I don't know
gotta
about
go
that.
up there. Pound pan at a time.
Some of them, it's a price point of a 1 pan at a time type situation.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I've seen
Is
this
it raw steel? Like, there's no coating on it,
No, it's like raw steel.
so that'll rust.
Mine don't, because I coat them.
Dry 'em. Oh,
Yeah, I coat them. So like when I wash them,
So
like I
like cast
dry them
iron pan.
thoroughly. Yeah, I dry them thoroughly, and I heat dry them.
Okay.
And then I always do. Right now, I'm using like beef tallow, like Wagyu beef tallow,
Okay.
and to coat them all.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So-
It's pretty top tier.
Some
dude.
next level shit
That's
going
not-
on over
What
there.
is, what is your what is your
That's an oil pan of pans. That's what
what
that
is your coating process? Like 400 degrees, in
gotta
from
bake
cold,
it.
bring it up.
No, so for coating, like you don't have to
cold plunge.
What do they call it? Like season.
Yep.
These steel pans, like you don't have to do that. You just have to know how to like control temperature correctly. But like when I dry them, what I'll do is wash them and then thoroughly like hand towel dry them.
Yep.
And then take like a piece of paper towel and like a small dab of the like beef tallow, and I'll coat the whole pan down like inside and out. And then I will throw it on the stovetop on like medium to high heat and like let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then turn it off and just let it sit and
Let it cool, and then you can put it away. Okay,
And it's
that's
good to put
easier
away.
than the seasoning process for sure.
It's way easier. It's way faster. It's obviously annoying than like other pans that you can just like wash like a human being and put it away.
Yeah, I'm not made for
Or
this
just
game.
put it
Yeah.
in the sink and be like, that needs to soak.
There's no.
That's the best part.
That a couple
not my
days.
type
There's
of
no
pan.
such
There's
thing.
no soaking with these. This is like limited water, like no soaking, like limited water time. But they make some that are not good for inside the oven. That was my first one. I fucked up, and I bought the wrong kind, so you can't put them inside the oven. So it's stovetop only. But my other pan I bought so you can do both.
For that reason, I'm out.
For that reason, you're out.
I'm just buying fucking pans.
Yeah. So I did the Mineral B carbon steel pan, and then I think I have the 9-inch, 9.5 technically.
God damn.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's nice.
Fucking pan.
Nice,
That's
like
a
it's got a
fucking
super long
pan.
handle on it, so you
Yeah.
get the real like good
Oh,
flip.
yeah.
Yeah, get the flick right.
Start fucking doing triple
Flicking that
lindies on the
9-inch.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just flicking it around.
Yeah.
Flicking that
Put it around the
9 inch.
table.
Yeah, I don't.
Jesus.
When it comes to like kitchen stuff, man, I don't fuck around.
No.
Fuck around cleaning stuff, tell you that much.
Yeah, the
Jesus.
cleaning process is something. Like I just got an enameled cast iron.
Yep. Enameled cast iron. I've never even fucking heard of that.
Hey, is enamel making it so I don't have to fucking spend my whole life cleaning the
Sounds
pan?
so
like it. Sounds like
enameled
it.
cast iron, like a Dutch oven?
So
I've run a Dutch oven a
yeah,
couple
actually, you
times.
sent a photo.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
So that same enameled
Sounds like they
Yeah.
changed the name.
interior,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
it's got that. But it's a cast iron like skillet.
right. A normal.
Yeah.
That
skillet.
enamel's
That
holding
one-
that rust back.
What's that?
The enamel's going to be holding the rust back so I can
Enamel's
soak.
like good for like you said, like it's easy to clean.
Here we
it's
go.
a lot
You
easier
just-
to
now
clean.
we're talking.
You
Now
just
we're
can't.
talking.
You just can't hammer fist it with your spoons as you're cooking.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a spoon is, but I only got wood spoons.
Yeah, use
Perfect.
wood. Yeah, wood.
That's exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best case. And that is your revival pan minute. What do you think of the Gordon Ramsay hex pans?
I don't know.
I keep seeing them. I'm like, this can't
Rolls
be
Royce
real.
of pans. I see
This
those.
is. I don't know if it's real.
I don't know. The thing is like, it's a pan. It's metal. It doesn't need to be that complicated. It just needs to be a very good quality metal. Like right here.
Yeah,
Like
that
you
would be
could
a good
use like
pan.
a really
Thank you.
shit metal, or you could use like a really good high quality metal.
Yeah.
Like it's just it has to be a good quality metal.
Yeah.
And like the thickness matters because like if it's thicker in one spot and thinner in the other,
It's gonna have hot spots.
it's gonna have hot and cold
yeah.
spots. But like
Get me started.
when I heat my pan, like if it's centered on the burner, like you will see an even ring
It's-
of your
right, the
heat. Like,
heat
so you
ring.
know exactly like where your cooking area is.
You do the water test.
Not anymore.
Okay,
When
you're
when
just a
I get a new
seasoned-
pan and I'm learning the new pan, I will. But now it's like I know.
He's so deep in the pan game. It's so deep in the pan game.
You asked.
I know.
Exactly.
The thing is,
like-
because I'm learning these things, and I'm like, man, I got a seasoned veteran sitting right on the side.
But
of me.
like
Just
when
panning.
you learn a new pan,
Panhandling, 9
eventually you
inches.
figure out, all right, on this like temperature setting for this amount of time, I'm at where I need to be,
yeah,
and you learn that, and
Yeah.
then that's it. And then you don't need to do the water test anymore. Water test is still fun though. Once in
I
a while, I just do a little,
I enjoy it.
yeah, have him dance around.
Yeah. You know
But it
what?
works.
Hot enough.
Science.
That's it. Some science you can trust. Sea breeze.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No sea
Sea
breeze. No question. Just hi.
Hey,
What's up?
What's up,
Missed
man?
that guy. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, how about you holler at us?
Speaking of E30 guy,
Yeah, Big E30 guy.
a big E28 guy right now.
Big E28 guy.
You're the E28 for Seabreeze.
Is he year of the E28?
That's what I heard.
Oh, here's the year of the beat. So you get different priorities.
Yeah.
Downey Dirty Racing.
Down to Dirty Racing.
First gen pan. 2 full years and 9 rallies.
Let's go.
The reliability and performance 100%. Hashtag show us your pans.
That's right, boys. Show us your pants.
Show us your pans.
Does anyone own
Love to see it.
onlypans.com?
Oh yeah, that's a whole thing.
Oh, does someone own it?
So, I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I've looked that up. It's OnlyPans is a whole thing.
OnlyPans?
The whole thing you can experience.
Yeah.
Ooh, 404 page not found. So
Oh, really?
not found. That says
I might
not
have to jump on
found.
that
Somebody
then.
might
Doesn't say-
own.
yeah.
Somebody might own the.
You might see if you can buy it. Redirect. Yeah, redirect to Harper Fab.
I'd imagine OnlyPans would be
OnlyPans.com.
like exactly what you were just talking about. Seasoning pans, doing
Yeah.
pan stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I think, it's a little funny little play on words there,
Yeah.
You could
I think pans have some connotation in themselves, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm just looking quickly to see. I don't get me.
Sam Dobbins, it's for sale through a broker service.
Okay, I was just gonna look
It's
and see.
SamDobbins.com's brokering it right now.
yeah. Sam Dobbins just bought
I
it.
got a good deal
No,
for
they
you.
got
3-6 Mafia pans.
3-6
You
Mafia.
say cast iron, stainless, or non-stick?
No, get it. No,
I
stop really.
think we covered that pretty thoroughly.
We get it all.
No non-stick.
Yeah, you can't non-stick.
Non-sticks.
The
Even I know
coatings
that.
are going to fall off. It's quite terrible. It
It don't taste
just
that bad. It's fine.
it's
delicious.
not. I still have a couple, and I'm like, ugh.
My pans are still like 40% nonstick, so
Still
Yeah.
40%?
yeah, at
That's
least,
solid.
the rest of it's in me, I think.
In you.
It's part of you. No wonder why you can make such good metal stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. I drive cool cars. Kyle, any future plans for other kinds of BMW parts you want to mass fabricate? I think
Yeah.
we covered that
Yeah.
pretty
Hey, listen
good.
to the podcast, man.
Yeah. We covered it. 3-6 Mafia, not FMK, but choose one to keep. The others go away forever. Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh, he's trying to find a way around our FMK ban.
Udon, ramen, and pho. Is pho
Udon?
PHO? Is it pho?
Yeah, pho
Okay.
is
Pho.
Yeah. What is it? Fuck, marry, kill? Is that what it was?
Or just he said choose one, the rest go away forever.
oh, ramen.
Yeah, ramen.
Yeah, I'm probably going ramen.
Yeah.
Pretty basic.
I'm not a big soup guy. Anyway.
I like pho, but yes, it's
Pho,
soup.
if I have to eat one.
The problem with pho is it's too it's about what's inside. It's not about the broth, and I'm a big broth guy.
Yeah.
And pho broth is just a little too on the watery side for me.
Ooh.
Where ramen broth is rich.
Where it's at.
Yeah.
Pho can go. Pho can go. Udon would be tough. I do like udon, but I have to say ramen. Because there's so many variations of ramen that you can just work upon.
Udon Hussein. You bastard.
Not going to go there. Not going to say "sock it to me, baby" again. Parking lot car show after last
Parking lot car show.
after last week's heist planning episode.
Hold up.
Any calls from the FBI? No, I'm probably on a list, but yeah. No.
Oh, that's shocking. Yeah, Josh
Yeah.
literally grilling a man for how to plan a heist
I
in
was,
Fall
I
River.
was just very curious.
Sure.
You know what's funny is
Someone robbed the old Stone Bank in the Riv. Big
Fuzzy
deal.
hit me up and said, "Hey, he has my dad's old job."
Does he?
And then Fuzzy sent me a picture of one of the old police trucks, and he's like, "My dad used to have to hand letter the trucks in his front yard."
Shout out to Fuzzy's dad.
Big shouts.
One of the most colorful men I've ever met. And Fuzzy knows I love him.
Paul Cullen,
I'll call him.
when are you importing a VR6 VW Chiron? He was sending me some new. It's basically a
What?
minivan with a VR in it.
A Bugatti Chiron?
Yeah, SHARAN, Chiron.
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 CHER-ON.
Ran so far
That's
away.
exact-
What's Chiron?
Got to get away. Tyler, say what? Is
That's a
everyone
hot-
financially sad, or is it just me? Nope. I am right there with you, buddy. Sad
Yeah.
clown and the Joker face. Hit me up.
I haven't made a lot of great financial decisions recently. So, yep, not in the poorhouse right now.
Yeah, no, I am just trying to buy a stupid house at literally the worst possible time. Let me rephrase that. Preparing to buy a house at one of the worst possible times.
In recent memory.
Yeah, for me recently. You know, if only.
Hey, you used to have to build them yourself, you know? Still doing better than those guys.
It's
You
true.
used to just buy them out of Sears. They drop everything off on a plot of land.
Yeah.
You just out there just swinging a hammer.
I heard in Russia it is free for a house.
It's everything else you don't have. I don't know what Double D603 tried to send us
LD603.
because I cannot open this photo.
I love that.
It's not open.
When you open it, you will regret it.
But it just says Josh has some explaining to do. It looks like my Xbox account is online playing a game,
Son of a bitch.
which
Right
would
now?
make sense because
Have you been playing the box while we've been on here?
I'm not physically home. And there's
It's Tanya.
most likely they've been heavy in the Minecraft game.
Yeah. Tanya's probably schooling noobs on some type of Call of Duty.
So I don't even know why. Oh, that's why. Because in Fortnite there was this new Lego thing, and then everybody got into the Minecraft because they're like, "Oh, screw this Lego thing. Let's play the real deal."
Yeah.
So Tanya, Emily, Travis, and Preston, 4 people.
I got a server you're trying to get in. It's
All
$5 a
playing-
month each.
I already told her. All playing Minecraft literally gave me a fucking headache as I got home yesterday because they're all screaming at each other. Houses are on fire. Lambs and sheep are being born.
Yeah, you got to turn off.
I don't
fire
know what's
being spread.
happening. It's just chaos. It's just a madhouse.
It's the only way for a family to stay
world.
together in the server. You get turned off spreading fire. We'll be fine.
That's what it was. Emily, the 6-year-old, the youngest out of all of them, just keeps heisting everybody else and
Love
just
that.
stealing like their beds and taking off their doors so their homes get ruined. Yeah, she's a bit of a savage.
Creative lady, like that.
Bit of a savage. That's all I got for questions this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Where can everyone find you?
Yeah.
Instagram, Pocket Full of Sunshine.
And
That's
Harper.
I'm married to that name now. I should have never made that. But
HarperFab.com.
HarperFab.com is probably more important.
That you do have an Instagram page specifically for that, right?
No, not yet. No, I gotta
Okay,
make that, yeah.
okay. But you do have a website,
Sure
and
did.
you can go there.
Yep.
End of February is when people can potentially see.
That's when the 10 minutes of fame.
Early February.
So follow you for
Second
sure.
week. Yeah.
It's
coming
'cause you'll
up.
post when it's gonna all
Yep,
go
yep.
down.
I'll post a time, date.
Yeah,
Drop, baby. It's like
Yeah,
Supreme.
it's like
Big drop.
it's
It's kinda
literally
crazy,
like a
yeah,
hype beast drop
Yeah.
for car components. But no, we wish you the best. Thank you very much for coming to hang out.
Thanks.
And
Thanks, man. It was a
you've
blast.
been a supporter of the show, supporter of everybody's bad habits, and help everybody out
Quarter of my car.
when you can. Yeah,
Building the
so-
community out here, brick by brick.
Yep.
One
I-
warranty claim by one warranty claim.
Absolutely. Yep.
to be
Somebody's got to do it.
to be continued. I think that is going to do it for us this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank
Josh,
you very much
merch?
for listening.
Merch.
Oh, merch drop hopefully this weekend. Hopefully this weekend you get a merch drop so you can pre-order a bunch of stuff. A new show-ish / new show, I guess you want to call it, or a new YouTube video, I guess you want to call it, coming up this weekend as well. First one's going to be with our friend Raph. I recorded an interview with him. Heavy photo-based. The preface of the show is, Corey and I talked about this a while ago, but basically, it's funny. We talked about this and said, oh yeah, like we could make this into really small bite-sized content, like 5-minute episodes. The first episode's like 40 minutes long.
Solid.
So it's perfect. Really kept up with that time frame. But basically, I sit down with a photographer or videographer, and I have them bring me their 10 favorite photos currently, or in video world, maybe some of their favorite clips, things like that. I honestly haven't worked that out yet. But they bring me their 10 photos and bring me some of their favorite camera gear. We sit down, talk about the camera gear in particular, and those photos. Those photos, obviously, in the realm we're in, are probably heavy car based, but it's not all limited to car stuff specifically. So we do kind of branch out a little bit, but we talk about the photos, how they shot it, why they shot it, and why it is their favorite. So first episode's Raph. Episode number 2 is our friend ELJ for ELJ Streets, Efren Leon. And then the third episode will be our friend Chris Saunders, who came here, was on our show. But before that, we recorded the episode with him. So it's a lot of good photographers, in my opinion, and perspectives. And we cover a bunch of different stuff. So like I said, 2 of those episodes are edited. It's not going to be available audibly, so not a podcast. Just we happen to be using the podcast equipment, and it's going to go straight to YouTube. So that is coming up. I wanted to release that as well as the other stuff at the same time. Fingers crossed I make that all happen this weekend. So that is all I have for now. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. If you want, you can go to our website, revivewondering.com, where you can subscribe to the B4B or see where that new merch or see when that new merch drops, as well as some of our other coffee and things like that up there to purchase. Then go over to our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. That's it. That's my spiel. I'll see everybody next week.
Thanks for listening, guys. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.